This is KWRM, Corona, California, 1370 AM radio.
Welcome to the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes pregame show. KWRM 1370 is the radio home for the California League affiliate of the Anaheim Angels. This is Quakes baseball.
Quakes 6, 66ers 4. Search box from the belt. He throws the 0-2.
You've heard about it, and now they're here. The Inland Empire's newest pro basketball team, the Ontario Warriors, have teamed up with KWRM 1370 to bring the fast-paced action of the American Basketball Association. The return of the ABA to Southern California means pro basketball at an affordable price in a fan-friendly and family atmosphere. Hi, everyone. It's Rob Bushka, sports director here at KWRM and voice of the Warriors. Catch all the action live beginning in November. For more tickets and to get in on the ground floor, call 909-578-6395. That's 909-578-6395, or visit us at OntarioWarriors.com.
Welcome to the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes pregame show. KWRM 1370 is the radio home for the California League affiliate of the Anaheim Angels. This is Quakes baseball.
Hello, everybody. This is Jason Anaforian, and welcome to Quakes baseball. It's the postseason and Game 1 of the mini-series tonight, as the California League affiliates of the Seattle Mariners and the Anaheim Angels meet up. The Inland Empire 66ers in town tonight to take on the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. The Quakes just played Inland Empire over the weekend where they split, and the Quakes came from behind over at Lake Elsinore over the final week. They came from 2 games back. In fact, they gained 3 games on Lake Elsinore and did not even need a 1-game playoff yesterday to decide who was going to win this playoff race. The Quakes winning it on Monday afternoon on Labor Day, and they did it in comeback style. They had a lead. They lost the lead. They were tied. They didn't have to come back from a deficit, but the Quakes at that time that they just saw their lead go away into a 4-4 tie, the Quakes also knew that Lake Elsinore had lost their ball game, and so they controlled their own fate. And this year, the guys of Erick Aybar and Michael Napoli have been leading the team all year long, 2 very different ball players on this ball club, but nonetheless both major contributors in this 2004 baseball season, and it was Erick Aybar that had the chance to contribute one of the knockout blows for the Storm.
There's the 1-0. Swinging a fly ball to center field. Harris going back, turning, looking, and it is gone! Erick Aybar hits it out, and the Quakes lead it 5-4.
So Erick Aybar hit that out, and all of a sudden the Storm, they got 1 knockout blow delivered to them, and then Napoli connected for a solo shot in the top half of the 9th inning for another insurance run to make it 6-4, the same score that the Quakes the Storm lost by. The Quakes were up on Inland Empire 6-4, and Von Sturzbach was on the mound, and after the leadoff man reached base on a fly ball that was missed in the sun by Sudkin, he was at third base with 2 men out, and Sudkin was facing Jesus Guzman.
Quakes 6, 66ers 4. Sturzbach from the belt. He throws the 0-2. Strike 3 called, and the Quakes are headed to the postseason. They rush out of the dugout to congratulate each other. The Rancho Cucamonga Quakes, high fives and hugs for everybody. They have won it. And on game number 140, on Labor Day, the final day of the season, the Quakes prevail Keith Comstock and Bobby Meacham exchanging hugs on the field. Keith Comstock said said 2 days ago, undoubtedly Bobby Meacham has done an outstanding job and he has managed this club to the position that they are in now. And the Quakes hold on. They had to finish the year on the road, so did the Storm. And the Quakes this week winning 4 of the 7 games on the road and came from 2 down in the race to win it. They do not have to go to a playoff tomorrow. They will take tomorrow off, and they will get ready for the postseason as they have defeated the 66ers 6-4.
And the postseason begins tonight. When we come back on the pregame show, we're going to talk with manager Bobby Meacham as Quakes baseball continues right after this.
Time for a quick quiz. What do you get when you multiply your salary by 7? Give up? That's the amount of life insurance you may need. Do you have the right amount of life insurance to protect your family's future? Allstate agent Daryl Keepers and Todd Hagee can make sure you do. They will even provide you with free life insurance analysis. Call Allstate agent Daryl Keepers at Rancho, Cucamonga at 987-6403 or Tad Hagee in Rialto at 820-7373. Because when it comes to your life insurance, the right hands make all the difference. Allstate Life Insurance Company, home office, Northbrook, Illinois.
You've heard about it, and now they're here. The Inland Empire's newest pro basketball team, the Ontario Warriors, have teamed up with KWRN 1370 to bring the fast-paced action of the American Basketball Association. The return of the ABA to Southern California means pro basketball at an affordable price in a fan-friendly and family atmosphere. Hi, everyone. It's Rob Bushka, sports director here at KWRN and voice of the Warriors. Catch all the action live beginning in November. For more tickets and to get in on the ground floor, call 909-578-6395. That's 909-578-6395 or visit us at OntarioWarriors.com.
Tonight on the Quakes pregame show, we're joined by Bobby Meacham. Bobby, let's go back to Monday's ball game with the Quakes and the 66ers. And take us through that day, and you were also getting scoring updates from the ball game up north with Lake Elsinore.
Exactly. We knew we were tied going into that game, and as we started the game and started out in good fashion and scoring a few runs, we felt good about it. And after we knew we were ahead, we found out that Stockton was leading by a little bit also. So we were getting updates as we went along, and we couldn't make it easy though. We had to make sure they came back and tied it up on us, and then when we found out we were tied, and we found out that Stockton had beaten Lake Elsinore. So we were playing the last couple innings knowing that, and as you would have, of course, our top hitters for the year, Aybar and Napoli, had home runs in the 8th and 9th to help us win that ball game.
How about those years for Erick Aybar and Michael Napoli? They have been the leaders on the ball club, and they're two completely different types of ball players, but they've contributed so much.
Oh, absolutely. They've been great all year long. They've I don't know how many at bats. They've got probably 600 apiece total plate appearances. They've played day in and day out with a bunch of injuries. You name it. Their hands, their feet, their legs, arms, everything's been sore, but they've gone out there every day and given it all they've had and produced some tremendous numbers for us. Erick's been a great leader out there for the infielders, and Naps really helped the pitching staff defensively also. So not only their offensive numbers are great, but they really were big team leaders for us this year, and really did a great job for us.
Now let's go through this series with Inland Empire. Obviously, you've just seen them. And you're throwing up, your guys, obviously, against them. And Toledo tonight, game 1 starter. He's had, obviously, a much better second half than you did in the first half, and a healthier second half as well.
Yeah, John's been great. As long as he keeps the ball down. We saw it in spring training. I saw it a little bit the year before. If he keeps the fastball down in the zone, then he'll get a lot of ground ball outs, and he'll keep the game moving along, and he'll get his double play balls. And if we play good defense behind him, the score will be low. And conversely, if he gets the ball up, it's going to be one of those games where we have to score a lot of runs. And that's the way it's been all year for him. The second half, he's been much better at working to keep that release point consecutive and good release points enough so he can keep that ball down in the zone and work his breaking ball in at the same time.
you manage this ball game differently, though, and now it's the playoffs, and how long of a hook does Toledo or any pitcher have?
Well, you got to manage it a little differently because everybody's fresh in the bullpen. Guys have been throwing well all year long down, especially the second half down there in the bullpen. So we have I have a better idea of what they can do in certain situations. So maybe a little bit differently, but we're going to let I'm confident Toledo will go out there and throw a good game. So I'm going to give him every opportunity to do that.
Now with Jon Huber on the mound tonight, he's a guy that's had some great success against the Quakes this year. How do you go after him, and what's the best approach if you're a hitter?
Well, we've seen him a few times now. I've seen him over the last couple of years, even when he was with Blake Elsinore before this. And he's one of those pitchers that goes right after the hitters, and he's going to be around the strike zone. If I'm a hitter, I look for a pitch on the outer half of the plate, and I try to drive it the other direction. He's got a good fastball, but he's also got a real good breaking ball. So if I take away one half of the plate on him, the outer half, if I'm a right-hand hitter, I got a much better chance of hitting him.
Now, Bobby, last year, your ball club, a lot of the guys were called up after the first half championship, but you made it into the playoffs. The Quakes were in the position that the Jethawks were in, first round bye, and go into the divisional round. Now you get a day off, not much of a rest, but it is a little bit of a rest, and your ball club gets to keep playing. And the ball club has played well over the last week, and you probably almost prefer to just keep playing, to not take 3 or 4 days off.
Oh, definitely. I think it's an advantage to just keep on playing. You're used to it. You're used to a routine. We've gone 5-6 months here playing every day almost. Spring training was every day. Season we get a day off every 3 weeks or so. So we're used to going out there and playing every day. 3-4 days off is a little bit different for a ball player at this time of the year. So I'm glad we don't have that layoff. We had it last year. It didn't necessarily hurt us. I'm not sure how much it hurt us, but I know it makes things a little bit different, pulls you out of your routine, and I'd rather stay in my routine.
Well, let me ask you this. You said you don't think it really hurt you. Does it really help you?
That definitely doesn't help you. The only thing it helps you do is to set up your starting rotation for the playoffs, but they already had a chance to do that because they won the first half, so they didn't need those days off to do that. So, I don't think it helps you at all.
Now, going down to the final stretch, let's go back over this last week. 2 games down, 7 games to go on the road. Lake Elsinore's got to play their ball games on the road as well. This ball club just didn't ever seem to think that they were out of it. They never had that attitude in the clubhouse. You didn't see guys walking around with their heads down or anything like that. And certainly the coaches, you guys didn't take that approach either.
No, this is a really good group. That's why I believe this group has a chance to win everything this year, because this group is good enough to go out there and play and not worry about what happened yesterday. We worry about what happened the inning before, worry about what happened the outing before. This team is able to turn the page and keep on playing as hard as they can every day, whether they did well the night before or not. So I had plenty of faith that we could win our playoff spot, and when we did, I wasn't surprised at all. These guys know how to go out there and go after it every day.
Bobby, thanks for talking with us. Good luck tonight, and it's going to be fun here in the playoffs.
Sure is. Thanks, Steve.
We'll be back with more on the Quakes pregame right after this.
You love baseball. The towering home runs, great pitching performances. Baseball's terrific, but so are movies. And AMC Theaters is in a league of their own, with the best films, best food, and best fun. At AMC, we never take a day off. You can catch all the Hollywood hits at AMC 365 days and nights a year. We'll let you get back to the baseball game. But when you're ready for that other passion of yours, you know where to find us. AMC Theaters. Experience the difference.
One of the best golfing values in the Inland Empire. That's what they say about Goose Creek Golf Club in Mira Loma. It's every golfer's dream with the championship course designed by Schmidt & Gurley. And Goose Creek Golf Club offers a practice facility, including an all-grass driving range and large putting greens. Goose Creek Golf Club is located off the 15 freeway at the Limonite exit between the 60 and the 91 freeways. Tee it up at Goose Creek tomorrow and have a great game.
It's time for Rancho Cucamonga Quakes Baseball. Brought to you by Vineyard Bank, Pepsi, Laughlin Convention and Visitors Bureau, Allstate Insurance, Carl Budde, Galliano Winery, California Department of Conservation, Red Roof Inn, Fast Frame, Southern California Housing, and by Yellow Book USA. KWRM 1370 is the radio home to the California League affiliate of the Anaheim Angels. This is Rancho Cucamonga Quakes baseball.
Again, everybody, this is Jason Anafoyan with you tonight for Game 1 of the mini-series between the Quakes as they host the Inland Empire 66ers. This best-of-3 series has changed formats this year as directors and representatives of California League franchises in the off-season decided to get away from the 1-1-1 format where each ball club would have at least one home game, but it would be the team with home field advantage getting the first and the third game. Well, it's a little bit different. The team with home field advantage gets games 2 and 3 at home. So tonight, the Quakes, they are ready to go. Right-hander John Toledo on the hill for Rancho Cucamonga, and against the Quakes will be Jon Huber, one of their nemesis this year in the California League Southern Division, and Huber with some good success against the Quakes. Let's run down tonight's starting lineups. First for the visiting Inland Empire 66ers. Darren Brown's lineup tonight has Gary Harris leading off in center field. Juan Gonzalez, the second baseman, will hit second. The third baseman is Jesus Guzman, and Guzman will hit third. Batting cleanup is the left fielder John Nelson. Carlos Arroyo, the DH, will hit fifth. Wladimir Balentien, the right fielder, will hit sixth. Batting seventh, the catcher, is Rene Rivera. Matt Hagan is at first base, and he'll hit eighth. And Michael Garcia-Parra bats ninth. He is the shortstop. Harris, Gonzalez, Guzman, Nelson, Arroyo, Balentien, Rivera, Hagan, and Garcia-Parra. Now the lineup for the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes, as announced by manager Bobby Meacham. Leading off, the shortstop is Erick Aybar. Batting second, the center fielder is Reggie Willits. Carlos Duncan is the designated hitter, batting third. David Gates is in left field, hitting cleanup. Michael Napoli will bat fifth, and he'll catch. Ryan Budde is at first base, hitting sixth. Adam Paskovich, the third baseman, will hit seventh. Jason Sugden is in right field, hitting eighth. And batting ninth, the second baseman, B.J. Weed. Aybar, Willits, Duncan, Gates, Napoli, Budde, Paskovich, Sugden, and Weed. Well, we're set for baseball here from the ballpark tonight. Jason Anafoyan with you. Chet Ron is our studio coordinator. Pleased you can join us as John Toledo is on the mound ready to go as the right-hander winds, and the first pitch of the ballgame is on the outside corner for a strike, and the first pitch coming your way tonight at 7:18. So, the count is 0-1 to Gary Harris, hitting .279 on the year. Next pitch swung on top to left. Gates playing over near the line, comes in, and he's under it, and the left fielder will make the catch for the first out. David Gates putting it away, and now coming up to the plate for the Inland Empire 66ers will be Juan Gonzalez. Gonzalez hitting .291 with a couple of home runs and 59 RBIs. One away here in the top of the first. The Quakes will be at Inland Empire tomorrow. Rich Thompson starts game 2 for the Quakes against Bobby Livingston tomorrow. The pitch to Gonzalez is off the plate. The count is 1-0. And then on Friday's game is, if necessary, that is Stephen Shell against Thomas Oldham. The 1-0 on the way. Gonzalez takes a little bit low, and the count 2 balls and no strikes. John Toledo 7-10 with a 4.85 ERA. Toledo won his last ball game against the ball club he beat up on. Next pitch is down low, 3-0. John Toledo this year against High Desert was absolutely dominating. He pitched 6 2/3 innings in his last start of the regular season. The next pitch is in there for a strike, and the count is 3-1. 6 2/3 innings, 8 hits, 2 runs, just 1 earned. He walked the batter, struck out 4. Next pitch swung on, hit to left field. Gates had frozen for a moment. Now he comes in a little bit closer to the line again, and he makes the catch. 2 men out. That'll bring up Jesus Guzman. Toledo in that ballgame walked 1 batter, and he struck out 4. And Toledo surrendered 1 home run against High Desert on that night. Now, Toledo has not faced the 66ers since the beginning of July. It was the first game after the All-Star break, right here at the Epicenter, in which Toledo pitched against Inland Empire. And now Guzman takes a strike, and the count is 0-1. Guzman batting .310 with 6 home runs and 71 RBIs on the 2004 campaign. The 0-1 on the way. Swing and a miss, and the count is 0-2. The lights are on here at the Epicenter. The days are much shorter as we are into September, already into what is September 8th today. The 0-2 on the way is down low. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So the lights grabbing their effect. Not much of there is absolutely no sun to deal with, and it's been that way for quite a while. Next pitch misses low and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. It has the look of April, and how the ball games look around this time of the night in early April as Toledo winds. Here's the 2-2 on the way, and a breaking ball outside. The count is full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Toledo this year against Inland Empire is 0-1 in his 2 starts, a 6.48 ERA. Here's the 3-2 on the way, swung on, hit high to left center field. Gates was shading over, Willits was shading towards right center, and it's Willits to come over, and the center fielder puts it away, and that'll do it here in the top of the first. So a good start tonight for Toledo, 3 up, 3 down. We head to the bottom half of the first. Aybar, Willits, and Duncan coming up. It's the 66ers nothing, and the Quakes coming to bat.
Talking to Allstate agents Bob Johnston and Diane Combs can really make a driver feel safe. When you call Bob Johnston at 946-1066 or Diane Combs at 986-1257, you get a knowledgeable insurance agent who's there when you need help, whose name is in the same book as yours, who can see if you qualify for discounts or tell you what insurance on a new car will cost. But no one has people like Allstate. Allstate Insurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois. Call Bob Johnston in Upland at 946-1066 or Diane Combs in Ontario at 986-1257. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Please leave a message.
Hi, Dad. It's me. Sorry you weren't home. I just wanted to let you know Mom and I are having a great time here in Laughlin, Nevada. We miss you a ton and can't wait to get home. But unfortunately, our tire busted. Yeah, our spare busted too. Simultaneously. What are the chances of that? And also, it snowed here. Yeah, it snowed like 5 feet and all the roads are closed. I know you've heard it's the desert here, but it's one of those snowy deserts. Not all beautiful and sunny like you've heard. So it looks like we'll have to stay for at least a couple more days. Don't worry, though. We'll keep laying the slots and water skiing and hiking and having dinner by the gorgeous river and going out dancing and stuff, if we have to. Okay, Dad. Bye-bye.
Young or old, there's a lot to do these days in Laughlin. So if you come, plan on staying a while. For more info, call 1-800-4-LAUGHLIN or go to visitlaughlin.com.
We head to the bottom half of the first inning. Jon Huber on the mound. Let's go ahead and run down the numbers for you on Huber this year. Now, he has split time between Lake Elsinore and Inland Empire. Huber came over to the Seattle organization in the Dave Hansen trade. Jon Huber at Lake Elsinore, he had faced the Quakes 4 times, and in those 4 meetings, Huber was a 2-1 overall against the Quakes. He has not fared so well with Inland Empire. He has a 4-1 record and a 6.12 ERA. However, Huber has allowed just 1 earned run, though, in 13 2/3 innings pitched while being a 66er against the Quakes. He made his Inland Empire debut right here at the Epicenter at the beginning of August, and the first pitch to Erick Aybar, switch hitter batting left-handed, is fouled back to the top of the screen, and the count is 0-1. Aybar this year hit .330 with 14 home runs and 65 RBIs, and 12 of those home runs came after the All-Star break. Next pitch is down low, and the count is 1-1. In fact, Aybar's home run on Monday afternoon, you heard the replay in the opener. It was what was the game-winning hit. The next pitch, swing and a pop-up foul off to the left, back up into the seats behind the Quakes' third base dugout. And the count is 1-2. We'll be with you tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Rich Thompson against left-hander Bobby Livingston tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. And we'll be with you live at 7 on Friday if there is a ball game. The 1-2 on the way. Aybar swings and he hits that one up the alleyway, right center field, and a base hit. Aybar rounds the bag at first, and he'll stop there, and that'll bring up Reggie Willits. Reggie Willits this season hit .285, 5 home runs, 52 RBIs. And Erick Aybar, who led the league in stolen bases with 51, is at first base. This season, while being a 66er, Huber struck out 21 Quakes batters in his 13 2/3 innings pitched. And he shut down the Quakes on the last Friday night, 6 innings, 5 hits, just 1 earned run. He walked 1 and struck out 7. That was the series opener at San Bernardino. Willits shows bunt and bunts through that pitch, and it's a strike. The count is 0-1. For the playoffs, a 3-man umpiring crew. Behind the plate is Will Robinson calling balls and strikes. Jeremy Sparling is the first base umpire, and the third base umpire is Brandon Cooney. Guzman plays 3 steps in on the grass. And Huber, the right-hander from the stretch, he throws the 0-1 and a strike on the outside corner, and the count is 0-2. I asked Bobby Meacham the other day, what's the reason for the problems with Huber, against Huber, and he said that Huber is a guy that throws breaking balls for strikes, and that has given us some problems. And that is where the Quakes have run into problems against Huber. Aybar bluffs the 0-2, swung on and fouled off to the left and outside of the ballpark, and the count is 0-2. Huber, in his 13 2/3 innings against the Quakes over the last, was a little over a month, he has allowed just 9 hits. Away from first base is Aybar, held on by Hagen, the first baseman. The second baseman, Gonzalez, plays about medium depth. Now a throwback over to first, and Aybar is back. The shortstop is Garcia Parra. He's playing back at short, and off the line and back of the bag at third is Guzman. Nelson is in left field, playing closer to the line, maybe a little bit to straightaway. Harris is shading a tad to left center. 0-2 to count. Willits at the plate. Huber throws. That ball misses inside. Tried to freeze him, and he tried to backdoor him. The count is 1-2. Harris, the center fielder, playing just to the left of the second base bag. And Wladimir Balentien is in right field, and he is shaded up the alleyway. 1-2 the count to Reggie Willits. A look back at first, and Huber pauses. Now he throws. The pitch on the way. Strike 3 call. Snap go down to first, and Aybar just gets back with a head-first slide. Willits is out number 1. Here comes Carlos Duncan. In regards to the Quakes and their roster, both of the ball clubs got a player, or added a player to their roster. In the form of the Quakes, they activated Greg Porter. And Greg Porter put on a pretty impressive batting practice display, and he's taken a couple of good batting practice sessions yesterday and today, and Porter is activated for the playoffs. 1 out. Here's the pitch to Carlos Duncan. Swung on and missed, and the count is 0-1. Carlos Duncan hitting .286 with a couple of home runs, 12 RBIs. He is the designated hitter tonight. No score, bottom half of the first. And Huber from the stretch. Aybar leads away, held on by Hagen. And now turning the throwback over to first, and Aybar is back standing. Rene Rivera, who came back, he was the DH on Monday. He came back from AAA Tacoma this weekend. He is behind the plate tonight, catching Jon Huber on the mound. 1-1 the count. 1 away, and Huber peeks back over his shoulder at first. Now he goes to the glove. Here's the 0-1 on the way. It is off the plate for a ball. Snap throw down the first. This time, Aybar's out. Well, the first time it was close. The second time it was in time. And Aybar is picked off. It goes 2-3. Coming up to the plate now. Or now Duncan has a 1-1 count. And the base is empty. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Looked like he took a little bit off of that one. A high changeup. The count is 1-2. You know, it makes a difference when Aybar is not on base. He can be such a nemesis to the opposing pitchers in this league. Here's the 1-2 on the way. Swung on and missed. Strike 3, and the inning is over. One hit, nobody left on base. Strikeouts here in the inning for Huber. They completed one. There is no score.
You love baseball. The towering home runs, great pitching performances. Baseball's terrific, but so are movies. And AMC Theaters is in a league of their own, with the best films, best food, and best fun. At AMC, we never take a day off. You can catch all the Hollywood hits at AMC 365 days and nights a year. We'll let you get back to the baseball game. But when you're ready for that other passion of yours, you know where to find us. AMC Theaters. Experience the difference.
Vineyard Bank, your hometown bank, is proud to support our hometown team, the Quakes. You could say we've been sending a few shockwaves of our own around the local banking industry with a performance that can only be described as, well, off the scale. We're rolling through the region with a creative force that is changing the whole banking experience. Ingenuity and flexibility are our mantra as we look for innovative ways to move money quickly and effectively to help businesses and families alike. As one of the fastest growing banks in California, we'll continue to shake things up in order to give our customers what they need. We don't measure our success one bank charge at a time like some do. We measure it by how we have contributed to the quality of life for our customers and our community today, and for generations to come. We'll be there the next time Quakes hit a home run, and many more to follow.
We move to the top half of the second inning tonight with the score being 0-0 after one inning. It'll be John Nelson, Carlos Arroyo, and Wladimir Balentien, the middle third of the order for the Quakes. Here in the middle third of the order for the 66ers here in the second. John Nelson hit .303 for the season with 19 home runs, 95 RBIs. He hit a home run that was a mammoth shot on Friday night. The pitch to Nelson is up high, and the count is 1-0. Nelson hit a home run against the Quakes this past weekend that was probably the equivalent of as the 1-0. Big high chopper to third. Paskovich field. He throws to first in time. 1 out. It was a Saturday night. Nelson hit the home run to right center field, probably the equivalent of hitting it off of the upper, I'd say hitting it off of the left-hand panel of advertisers on the scoreboard in right center field, and probably off of the highest advertisement. That is probably what the equivalent of Nelson's home run was. Here's Carlos Arroyo. The pitch is in there for a strike, and the count is 0-1. Well, as is the case in any playoff series, starting pitching is so important. Here's the 0-1 on the way, and it misses blowing inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Left-handers have an advantage at Arrowhead Credit Union Park, and it's because there is a white advertisement right near the hitter's eye. Now Arroyo swings, tries this one up the alleyway, right center field. The base hit. This gets past second, and it's going to go into the warning track. Second runs it down. Arroyo puts on the brakes around second, and he'll stop there with a double. One out double for Carlos Arroyo, and here comes Wladimir Balentien. Balentien has a very big swing. But he is sometimes susceptible to a strikeout, but as we saw, he certainly has the power to drive the ball out of the park if he catches up to a pitch. Balentien hit .289 with a couple of home runs. One of those came this weekend, 5 RBIs. just newly added to the Inland Empire roster. Quakes saw him for the first time this weekend. Here's the pitch. He swings and he tries a high fly ball to left center field indeed. Willits is going back. He's turning. He's looking, and that ball is long gone. And that's what I mean by Balentien being able to catch up to a ball. He has a powerful swing. And the 66ers faithful have showed up here tonight. It is 2-0 Inland Empire. Balentien hit that ball almost hit the right standard out in left center field, just to the left of the Xbox sign. That was a soaring shot. Two nothing Inland Empire. Here is Rene Rivera. Rivera hit .235 with 6 home runs and 53 RBIs during the regular season. The pitch is down low. The count, 1 ball, no strikes. This season, right here at the epicenter, the Quakes were 7-7 against Inland Empire. They won the season series, and they did it on the road. The 1-0 hit on the ground to Aybar short. He scoops it up, and he throws over to first in time to get Rivera for the second out. It was the Quakes taking 8 out of 13, going 8-5 at Arrowhead Credit Union Park, where they'll be tomorrow night, and that's where they won the season series. They won the season series with Inland Empire, 15-12, and they split the 14 games that they played against Inland Empire here. Ryan Budde is the first baseman tonight. B.J. Reed is at second base, playing back. Aybar, he just fielded that last ground ball. It's short. He plays back as well. Here is Matt Hagan, big right-hander. He takes a breaking ball at the knees for a strike. The count is 0-1. Adam Toskovich plays behind the bag at third and off of the line. David Gates is in straightaway left field and deep. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. That one going low and inside. 0-2 to count. Reggie Willits is shaded out towards left center, and Jason Segman is straightaway and in right field. 0-2 to count. 2 men out. Top half of the second. Here's the pitch on the way, and it's low and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2-0 66ers. Inland Empire had a record of 77-63 for the first half of the year, or for the overall record. The 1-2 pitch swung on and missed strike 3, and the inning is over. A 2-run home run by Balentien to left center field gives Inland Empire the lead, and after an inning and a half, 2-0 66ers.
If your home team is hungry for a mealtime winner, there's nothing better than original called pudding. With 9 distinct flavors like smoked turkey, honey ham, and corned beef, we've got the taste and variety that never strikes out. Plus, we've got the convenience that keeps meal preparation time from going into extra innings. Look for original Carl Budde in 2.5-ounce, 8-ounce, and 1-pound sizes at your favorite grocer. That's Carl Budde, a real slice of life.
Vineyard Bank, your hometown bank, is proud to support our hometown team, the Quakes. You could say we've been sending a few shockwaves of our own around the local banking industry with a performance that can only be described as, well, off the scale. We're rolling through the region with a creative force that is changing the whole banking experience. Ingenuity and flexibility are our mantra as we look for innovative ways to move money quickly and effectively to help businesses and families alike. As one of the fastest-growing banks in California, we'll continue to shake things up in order to give our customers what they need. We don't measure our success one bank charge at a time like some do. We measure it by how we have contributed to the quality of life for our customers and our community today, and for generations to come. We'll be there the next time Quakes hit a home run, and many more to follow.
The Quakes find themselves down 2-0 as we head to the bottom half of the second inning. Jason Anaforian with you here at the ballpark. Quakes baseball all season long has been brought to you by our good friends at Farmer John Hot Dogs. Special thanks to Farmer John Hot Dogs as well for providing tonight's press box food. Farmer John Hot Dogs, the official hot dog of the epicenter, and a proud sponsor of Quakes baseball this year on the 1370. Programming note to let you know of. If the Quakes are in the playoffs on Friday night, if this series continues to Friday night, the high school football will be tape delayed following Quakes baseball. If not, whether the Quakes are eliminated or the Quakes have moved on to the second round and don't need to play Friday, high school football will be live here at 7. David Gates, first pitch swinging, pops it up, foul territory, first base side. With his mask up is Rivera now checking parallel with the first base dugout. He makes the catch. One pitch, one out. Here comes Michael Napoli. What a year for Michael Napoli. He hit .282 with 29 home runs and 118 RBIs. He fell just 2 RBIs short of the single-season record for the Quakes, the most RBIs in a season. But 118 RBIs that led the California League by a bunch. Pitch to Napoli is in there for a strike. The count is 0-1. There was nobody near Napoli on the leaderboard on RBIs. 0-1 the count. Now Huber winds and the right-hander throws. The pitch is waved at and missed, and the count is 0-2. John Suwami of the Modesto Athletics finished with an even 100. And up until that time, nobody else had 100 or more RBIs. The 0-2 tap foul back to the screen. And the count is 0-2. David Gates was among one of the league leaders, and he had some time that he was injured this year. Next pitch is blowing away, 1-2. That took him out of his swing. Gates was 8th in the league with 86 RBIs. Next pitch is down low, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now, Huber from the first base side of the river winds. Here's the 2-2 on the way. Swung on and missed, and he went with the soft step outside. 2 men out. Here comes Ryan Budde. Jon Huber, a native of Sacramento, currently resides in North Fort Myers, Florida. You know that James Rowson, the Quakes hitting coach, his family resides in the Tampa area, and a lot of the players and coaches from Florida were glued to the TV this weekend. Here is Ryan Budde. The pitch is blowing away, 1-0. James Rowson had it on in the coach's office all the time. And you can understand why. The 1-0 on the way. Budde takes a breaking ball a little bit low. 2 balls and no strikes. Budde gets back in the box, taps the bat on home plate. 2-0. Here's the windup and the pitch on the way. And a breaking ball for a strike. Count is 2-1. Huber was not as dominating, but effective. And very effective against the Quakes, even with Lake Elsewhere this year. The 2-1 swung on and missed, 2-2. And some have even thought that Huber, who overall the year was 4-1 with a 2.57 ERA, combined with Lake Elsinore and Inland Empire. Next pitch is blown away, and the count is full. Full count, 2 outs. The 3-2 pitch swung on and hit high and deep to right center field. Harris going back, drifting back, but with room in front of the warning track, he makes the catch. Side retires. Quakes go in order here in the second. We head to the third. 2-0, 66.
You've heard about it, and now they're here. The Inland Empire's newest pro basketball team, the Ontario Warriors, have teamed up with KWRM 1370 to bring the fast-paced action of the American Basketball Association. The return of the ABA to Southern California means pro basketball at an affordable price and a fan-friendly and family atmosphere. Hi, everyone. It's Rob Bushka, sports director here at KWRM and voice of the Warriors. Catch all the action live beginning in November. For more tickets and to get in on the ground floor, call 909-578-6395. That's 909-578-6395, or visit us at OntarioWarriors.com.
Vineyard Bank, your hometown bank, is proud to support our hometown team, the Quakes. You could say we've been sending a few shockwaves of our own around the local banking industry with a performance that can only be described as, well, off the scale. We're rolling through the region with a creative force that is changing the whole banking experience. Ingenuity and flexibility are our mantra as we look for innovative ways to move money quickly and effectively to help businesses and families alike. As one of the fastest growing banks in California, we'll continue to shake things up in order to give our customers what they need. We don't measure our success one bank charge at a time like some do. We measure it by how we have contributed to the quality of life for our customers and our community today, and for generations to come. We'll be there the next time Quakes hit a home run, and many more to follow.
After 2 innings, 2-0, 66ers. Here is Michael Garcia-Parr to lead it off in the top of the third against John Toledo. Toledo winds and deals, and the first pitch is off the inside, 1-0. Garcia-Parr hit .226 with a home run and 26 RBIs with Inland Empire. Next pitch is up and away. 2-0. Garcia-Parr played a little bit of second against the Quakes earlier in the season and has been at the shortstop the last 2 series they have played. The 2-0 on the way is on the outside corner for a strike. 2-1. The 66ers scoring 2 runs in the second inning on the Balentien home run. Here's the windup, then the 2-1 on the way. Swinging a foul right back to the screen. Count is even now, 2-2. Good crowd on hand. There was the tickets for this ball game went on sale yesterday morning at 10. Next pitch comes inside, and it hits Garcia-Parra. Well, it's tough to lose a hitter to a hit batsman, and especially with a 2-strike hit-by pitch. And Garcia-Parra got clipped on his left elbow on his left rib cage. Here is Gary Harris and a leadoff base runner for Inland Empire. Harris flies to left field in the first. Away from first base is Garcia-Parra, held on by Budde. Now he turned and a throw back over to first, and back is Garcia-Parra. You know, pitching is so pivotal in these playoff games, and especially early on, how these ball games are played early. In a best-of-3 series, little room for error. Harris swings and drives this one high and deep to right center field. Suddenly going back at the track, at the wall, he leaps up, and he can't get it. It's off of the wall. Holding up originally was the runner Garcia-Parra at first. He will make it to third. In the second, running all the way was Harris, and he has a double. Sugden went over into right center field and leaped up against the wall, was unable to come up with the ball. Now Harris, running all the way on the play, was pretty close to Garcia-Parra, who only went close to second and rounded the bag. He couldn't go too far, but he had Harris right on his tail. Now they're second and third. That was a high, majestic fly ball to right center field. Second and third now for Gonzalez, and nobody out. Now Pavkovich even with the bag at third. Here's the pitch, low and inside. Check swing, and the appeal to the third base umpire, Brandon Cooney, and he rules that Gonzalez held up. Brandon Cooney and Jeremy Sparling were the umpires this weekend. Will Robinson, who is one of the better umpires in the California League on this crew. Next pitch is down low. 2-0. In fact, the crew of Will Robinson and David Rackley do a very nice job. They have joined Sparling and Cooney, or he has joined Sparling and Cooney. Second and third now. Nobody out. 2-0 the count. Toledo is falling behind Gonzalez. There's the pitch. Low and inside. 3 balls, no strikes now. The count to Gonzalez. On deck is Jesus Guzman. A look over at third. Here's the 3-0. And a strike. And the count is 3-1. The second round, the Lancaster Jethawks, the first and second half champions, await the winner of this series. 3 balls, 1 strike to count. Lancaster has 4 days off before the divisional series starts on Saturday night. Now Toledo steps off of the rubber. 3-1 the count. Gonzalez standing up in the box, a little bit off the plate. Now Toledo from the belt. A look back at second. Here's the 3-1 on the way. Swing and a miss. Full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Reggie Willits in center field, shaded a bit towards left center. Sugden is up the alleyway in right center. 3-2 pitch, and Gonzalez, he looked like he pulled off of that ball, and he swung and he taps it foul back to the screen. And a full count, still 3-2. Down from third is Garcia Parra, Harris at second. Toledo, with a 3-2 count, would love nothing more than a strikeout here. The pitch on the way. Reached for and tapped and hit to left field. Gates comes in. He makes the catch. A high catch. Tagging at third base is Garcia Parra. He's coming home, and he is going to be safe at the plate. The throw was there, but Garcia Parra slid in at the plate. Napoli, the catcher, caught that one. Maybe a tad to the right of the third base line. And that is pushing the issue if you're Darren Brown with nobody out. It wasn't hit to deep left field, but at the last moment, David Gates had to kind of jump up. So Gates didn't have a lot of momentum going into his throw, and it was a decent throw that was there, but it's now 3-0 Inland Empire for the batter, Jesus Guzman. A sacrifice fly to left field and an RBI for Juan Gonzalez. 1 away, and Harris stays at second base. Toledo looks back at second, he spins and he throws back over, and Weed gets back and covers the bag, but back safely is Harris. 1 away. Guzman flied out to center field to end the first. Now Toledo looks back at second, he throws, the pitch on the way. Swung on and tapped foul. Back to the screen. And the count is 0-1. Well, with the best of 3 series, obviously the loser of game 1 has their back to the wall. And with this format change, some would think that the Quakes, although they only have 1 home game, that they have advantage. A turn and a throwback to second, and the ball skips low. It goes into center field. Willits coming up with the ball, fielding and thrown over to third, but it's not in time as Harris gets to third base on an error on Toledo. And a runner at third now and 1 out, and that's big. And it's going to force the Quakes to bring the infield in to try and cut off this run. There's not the run support that you want to see the 66ers allowed to give a guy like Jon Huber. Here's the windup and the 0-1 on the way, and it misses inside, 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Kafkovich at third base plays maybe a couple of steps behind the grass at third. The rest of the infielders near the edge of the grass. Guzman skies this one to straightaway right field. Second is under it. Tagging at third is going to be Harris. Sugden makes the catch. Harris tags. The throw is going to be up the line, and Harris is going to score standing. Another sacrifice fly and an RBI. The Quakes aiding it here in the inning with the air. 2 men out, and it is now 4-0 as Harris comes in to score from third. Here is John Nelson. Toledo nods as he looks in for the sign, and he winds in. The first pitch to Nelson is swung on and popped up. Shallow right. Weed at second. Back on the grass. He's under it, and he makes the catch. The inning is over. 2 runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and nobody left on. We head to the bottom of the third. It is 4-0 Inland Empire.
You know the goal of baseball is to get home quickly. The last thing you want to see is some player lollygagging around third when there's going to be a close play at the plate. Well, Farmer John feels the same way about ham, bacon, sausage, and hot dogs. You know all the Farmer John products are made fresh right here in the Southland. That way they get home as quickly as possible, and it's just a short slide into the plate. That's your plate at home, not home plate. Get fresh. Get Farmer John.
Galliano Winery, located at 4231 Wineville Road in Mira Loma. In business since 1927, the Galliano family's roots run deep in Cucamonga Valley's winemaking history, offering a unique array of 25 varieties, including award-winning wines, as well as custom labels. The Galliano tradition continues to grow in the Inland Empire. Try the latest award-winning wines in a relaxed country atmosphere of the tasting room. Enjoy a tour of our landmark complex or relax in the beautiful picnic grounds. To reach Galliano Winery, call 909-685-5376 or stop by Monday through Saturday 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Sunday 10:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Once again, call 909-685-5376.
After 2.5, it is 4-0 Inland Empire. The 66ers is scoring 2 runs in the second and 2 in the top half of the third inning. Jason Anaforian here tonight from the Epicenter, as tonight is the kickoff night of all of the minor league playoffs going on. All the other minor leagues tonight starting their playoff rounds. Here is Adam Paskovich to lead it off. As Paskovich steps in, and the first pitch is a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Paskovich in the regular season hit .227, 10 home runs, 44 RBIs. He swings and drives the next pitch in the right field and a base hit. Going down to a knee is Balentien in right field, and he fields it and gets it back to the infield. So a leadoff hit there for Paskovich, the second hit of the night for the Quakes. Here is Jason Sugden. Sugden hitting .238 with a home run and 27 RBIs. 4-0 the score, 66ers with a runner away from first base. As Huber throws home, the pitch is swung on and hit foul back to the screen. And the count is 0-1. On the count. Now a runner away from first base. Here's the pitch, a little bit high. 1-1. Sugden played such a key role down the stretch over the last week to contribute some timely hits, some productive hits, especially over this last week. He picked the right time of the year to get hot. 1-1 the count. A look back at first base, and Paskovich leads away, and Huber throws home. The pitch is swung on and missed, and the count is 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count now to Sugden. So on the out-of-town scoreboard, San Jose and Stockton are scoreless in the top half of the third inning. That ball game tonight from Stockton. Stockton, they're good friends of the Quakes these days after the way they played this weekend against Lake Elsinore. 1-2 to count. Here's the pitch. And a little bit low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two and 2 to count. Huber slowing the ball game down with a runner on base. Now he peeks back over at first. Here's the pitch on the way. Swing and a tip into the glove of Rivera, and Sutton is out on strikes. 1 man out, and here comes DJ Wheat. Quakes baseball tonight is brought to you by our friends at Carl Budde with 9 distinct flavors. Look for original Carl Budde at your favorite grocer. Carl Budde, a real slice of life. And we thank all of our sponsors throughout the regular season for supporting us, which allows us to put these ball games on the radio, turn and the throw back to first, and Pastovich is back with a head first slide. The only other base run the Quakes have had so far in the ball game was Aybar. He led off with a base hit to right center, and then he was picked off. 1 out, runner from first. Here's the pitch on the way. Weed swings and pops this one up foul, off to the left, and this ball is going to be out of the stadium. And the count is 0-1. 4-0, Inland Empire, bottom half of the 3rd inning. 0-1 to count, and away from first base is Pastovich. Weed crouched down in the stance. Weed hit .280 in the season with 3 home runs and 52 runs batted in. A throw over to first. And again, Pastovich is back. The Quakes are a ball club that will hit and run. Huber knows that. And he has played close attention to Pastovich at first. The 0-1 on the way. Swinging a foul back off to the left. Back up into the screen, and the count is 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to count, 1 man out. Now Huber looks in from the stretch. A look back over at first base. And he goes to the glove. Here's the 0-2 on the way. Swinging a hard shot, foul. Past the third base bag and up into the seats. And the count is 0-2. We saw a lady on Monday get hit in the stands at Inland Empire, and she didn't even move. And it wasn't a hard hit foul ball, but she eventually had to leave, and by way of the paramedics, next pitch is swung on and foul back to the screen. The count is 0-2. She was conscious, but she had to leave, and she walked down on her own power very slowly down the steps, and then they got her on a stretcher and took her out of the ballpark, but that ball caught her by surprise. 0-2 to count, 1 man out. Here's the pitch on the way. Weed swings and lifts a high fly ball foul off to the left and out of the ballpark, and the count is 0-2. 4-0 Inland Empire, bottom of the 3rd. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 man out. And a snap throw over to first, and back safely is Pastovich. No balls, 2 strikes to count the Weed. Huber looks back over at first base. And he is set. Here's the 0-2 on the way. Swinging a big high chopper back over the middle. It's charged at short by Garcia. He picks back over to second. A poor decision as Gonzalez is covering the bag, and the ball is knocked out of the hands of Gonzalez. Pastovich is at second base. An error on Gonzalez at second. Weed is safe at first. If Gonzalez catches the ball, the inning's over. I said a ball that was he just dropped it. Garcia Parr, the shortstop, came in on the grass and he threw across his body to first, and it must have hit Gonzalez in the palm of the glove. And it immediately bounced away, so the Quakes have new life. First and second after the air for Erick Aybar. Try to see if they can use that air to get themselves on the scoreboard here in the bottom of the third. Aybar takes low, 1-0. Aybar singled to right center field to start the ball game, or at least the Quakes offensive night. 1-0 the count. Now Huber from the belt to look back at second. Here's the pitch on the way. Aybar swings and drives it to right field. Balentien going back. Looking out. Gone! Erick Aybar with a 3-run home run to right field, and it makes it a 4-3 66ers lead. And that is exactly what the Quakes needed, and how costly is that air now at second base by Gonzalez. For Aybar, he has hit 14 home runs in the regular season. This is 15th overall on the year. Does not count in the regular season statistics, though. But that is the first time this year that Aybar has hit a 3-run home run. Here's the pitch to Willits, and it's fouled back to the screen, and the count is 0-1. Aybar's home runs has 11 have been solos, and 3 have been 2-run shots. The next pitch is up high, 1-1. So 2 big home runs now for Erick Aybar in the last 2 games. 4-3 Inland Empire. Now Huber throws. The next pitch swung on and fouled back to the screen. 1-2. Those runs are all unearned against Huber. One ball, 2 strikes the count, 1 man out. Here's the pitch. Inside, 2-2 to Willits. Willits struck out looking in the first. Huber to the count. Now Huber winds and deals. Here's the pitch on the way. And the breaking ball just misses. Full count now, 3-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Here's the windup and the pitch on the way. Swinging a ground ball back to the bag at first. Fielded by Hagan. He'll call up Huber, and he'll race to the bag just in time to get Reggie Willits for the second out. Three unassisted. Here comes Carlos Duncan. That air by Gonzalez. I mean, no telling if it's going to be a double play. You can never say it's a double play. So at this moment, those runs are earned. They are not unearned. I misspoke when I said that earlier. Here's the pitch to Duncan, and it's in there for a strike, and the count is 0-1. But it's a different situation with a runner at first and 2 men out than a runner at first and second with 1 man out and Aybar up. The pitch is low and away, 1-1. That's the beneficiary. That's the benefit for Huber for working with a 4-run lead, though. The pitch for breaking ball swung on and missed 1-2. It's just if you're Huber, you give up a run that you feel that you shouldn't have. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. 4-3 Inland Empire, bottom half of the third. Here's the 1-2 to Duncan, and it's a breaking ball. Duncan tried to hold up on his swing, and he does. Count is even 2-2. 4 runs, 3 hits, 1 error for Inland Empire. 3 runs, 3 hits, 1 error for the Quakes. 2-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a foul back to the screen. Still 2-2. Both Duncan and Willits not going quietly the second time around at the plate. Making Huber throw some pitches. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 men out. Here's the pitch on the way. Low and away. Full count now. Here's the windup, and 3-2 on the way. Swinging a pop fly. First base side, foul territory. Hagen going over near the stands. Now he backpedals, and he cannot come up with it. Hagen at first went over to the stands and right up against that protected net. That is, probably the protected net goes up about 5 feet. And Hagen was touching the top of it and then backed himself off away, and the ball landed behind him. They had to reach back over him. Now the 3-2 pitch swung on and missed. Strike 3. That'll do it here in the third. But Aybar with a good 3-run home run to right center field gets the Quakes on the board. We've completed 3. It is 4-3 Inland Empire.
Friends and family visiting you this summer? Don't worry. Add a room instantly by calling your friends at the Red Roof Inn. Red Roof Inns offer quality rooms, friendly service, great rates, and kids stay free. Plus, as a Ready Card Preferred member, you'll earn points towards free room nights. With 360 Red Roof Inns nationwide, you'll find locations everywhere, including Ontario, San Dimas, and Victorville. Visit us today at redroof.com or dial 800-RED ROOF.
Galliano Winery, located at 4231 Wineville Road in Mira Loma. In business since 1927, the Galliano family's roots run deep in Cucamonga Valley's winemaking district, offering a unique array of 25 varieties, including award-winning wines, as well as custom labels. The Galliano tradition continues to grow in the Inland Empire. Try the latest award-winning wines in a relaxed country atmosphere of the tasting room. Enjoy a tour of our landmark complex or relax in the beautiful picnic grounds. To reach Galliano Winery, call 909-685-5376 or stop by Monday through Saturday 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Sunday 10:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Once again, call 909-685-5376.
Top of the fourth, it's 4-3, 66ers. First pitch to Carlos Arroyo, swinging a bounding ball to second, fielded by Weed. He throws over to first in time to get the runner one out. That's the way, if you're Toledo, you want to come back after your ball club gets you 3 runs in the bottom half of the third inning. Here is Wladimir Balentien. Balentien with a 2-run home run to left center field in the second. Toledo winds, and the first pitch to Balentien is inside, and the count 1-0. 4-3, Inland Empire, top of the fourth. Now Toledo, in the second half this year, was 5-5 with a 3.81 ERA. Next pitch is swung on and fouled off of the mask of Napoli, and the count is even at 1-1. 5-5 with a 3.81 ERA. And in the second half of the season, Toledo recorded both of his complete game victories. One was against Visalia. That was his first one back in July. The 1-1 pitch is inside, 2-1. And then High Desert, at the beginning of August. 2 balls and a strike. Here's the pitch on the way from Toledo. Up and inside. 3-1 to count to Balentien. Now Toledo goes back behind the mound and grabs the rosin. 3 balls, 1 strike. That ball came soaring up and in to Balentien. A little bit of purpose on that, perhaps. 3-1 to count. Here's the windup, and the pitch on the way is up high, ball 4. Looked like they were going to set up outside. That's where Napoli was going. That ball came out, back, and over the plate. So a 1-out walk. That's just the first walk of the night for Toledo. Here comes Rene Rivera. We said it has been a while. It has been over 2 months since Toledo faced Inland Empire. And just based upon his health for a stretch of games in which the Quakes were facing the 66ers this year, Toledo was on the disabled list. But, Toledo only faced the 66ers twice this year. Once in May and 1 strike at the beginning of July. Here's Rivera, and the pitch is outside. Napoli throws down to first, and Balentien is back. 1-0 the count. Toledo, though, in his home and road comparison, it's rather eye-opening. Here's a throwback over, and again back to Balentien. Toledo at home this year, 3-6, with a 5.82 ERA. On the road, he's 4-4 with a 3.86 ERA. Almost 2 runs higher at home. A turn and a throwback over to first, and Balentien is back. And the places he's had success in on the road are places, well, not Lancaster, so to speak, but really high desert. That has certainly helped him out there, and that is not a hitter's ballpark. But for some reason this year, Toledo just owned the Mavericks. 1-0 the count. Hunter leads the pitch. Breaking ball hits the outside corner. A beauty for a strike. And the count is even at 1-1. 4-3 Inland Empire, top half of the 4th inning, with a runner at first base. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Now Toledo to the glove, and a pause at the belt. Here's the 1-1 on the way, down low. 2 balls and 1 strike to count. Middle infielders play close to the bag at second base for the Quakes. Toledo would really like to work a ground ball to one of those fielders right now. Runner goes, hit and run. Swinging a high fly ball down the right field line, expecting Jimmy Chase. This is going to be in foul territory, and it lands back beyond the picnic area and bounces back up into the bleachers. And the count is 2-2. And back to first base goes Balentien. 2-2 the count. Now Toledo back up on the rubber, holds the ball back down to his side. They ran him on 2-1. We'll see if they do it here on 2-2. Balentien leads. He does not go. The pitch is a fastball up high, 3-2. Now we'll see if Darren Brown sends it. Darren Brown was playing aggressive base running in the 3rd, taking advantage of an error, but also the sacrifice fly. The 66ers were able to execute a couple of runs or manufacture a couple of runs in. Runner goes again, hit and run. Swinging to strike 3. Throw down to second base is in time, but it skips past Aybar, and safe at second base is Balentien. Aybar had to catch that one up on the bounce, and at about thigh height, or about waist height, it skipped behind him. Weed at second base was there to back it up. 2 men are out as Rivera strikes out swinging for the second out, and Balentien steals second base. Rivera had swung, and he actually foul tipped that one into the glove of Napoli. Matt Hagan struck out swinging in the 2nd inning. Now Toledo goes to the glove, and a runner away from second. Here's the pitch on the way to Hagan. Swinging a ground ball, hit foul, wide of 3rd, back into the camera well, and the count is no balls and 1 strike. We told you the other California League game tonight in the playoffs, San Jose at Stockton. They are scoreless in the top half of the 3rd. Its series shifts to San Jose tomorrow. The 0-1 on the way. Hagan takes a breaking ball outside. 2 balls and 1 strike to count now to Hagan. Now Toledo from the belt. He looks back and he throws. The next pitch is outside. Now the count is 2-1. It was 1-1. Before the ball game, the Quakes activated Greg Porter off of the disabled list. They now have a full 25-man roster, we told you. Porter today in batting practice hit a home run off of the right field scoreboard. Here's the 2-1 on the way, slapped hard and foul. This one back up into the seats. Down the 3rd base line, and unfortunately another fan, it appears, was plunked by the pitch or by the ball. That is very, very unfortunate. That ball kind of hit off of the warning track and skipped quickly back up into the seats. 2-2 the count. Now Toledo to the glove. He looks back at second base. Here's the pitch on the way. And that breaking ball just misses the outside corner. Boy, Toledo really wanted that one. And the count is full, 3-2. He really wanted that outside pitch. Full count, 2 men out. Now he looks in from the stretch. Toledo is ready. And the pitch home. Reach for, popped up. First base side. This one's going to reach it back up into the seats. Back up into the club seats behind the 66ers first base dugout. Well, tonight, the 66ers, they have some faithful fans in attendance at this ball game tonight. And you could probably expect likewise tomorrow for the Quakes at San Bernardino. 3-2, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Hagen swings, and it's a big high bouncer, again foul. That goes back up into the seats. First aid is on to tend to the young lady that was hit by the ball. Three balls, 2 strikes to count, 2 men out. Now Toledo is ready. Away from second is Balentien. Here's the pitch. Up high, ball 4. So he walks them. Both runners to reach base in this inning by way of a walk. That'll bring up Garcia Parra. Now, if you're the 66ers, you want to take advantage of this, but at the same time, the key there on the walk is you got a guy in Garcia Parra that's hitting .226 for the season, and if nothing else, you get his bat out of the way here in the top of the 4th. Two outs. From second base is Balentien. Hagen off the bag at first. Here's the pitch on the way. Low and away. And the count is 1-0. Now Keith Comstock's going to come out and talk with Toledo. Keith Comstock got in his truck after Saturday or after Monday's game, and he drove to Arizona back to his home. His oldest daughter is getting married. And in fact, she's getting married the Saturday that the Quakes would, if the Quakes were to make it to the championship round, she's getting married on that Saturday. So Steve Comstock would not be there, but he said he wanted to get home and see his family just prior to, unless the next time he sees them isn't until the wedding, which will be in Northern California. But he had to go back and go through the process and get fitted for a tux and do some last-minute things there, and then he got back in his car and came back today, first and second now, with 2 outs, and he goes out and he's done with his meeting on the mound with Toledo. 4-3 Inland Empire, top of the 4th. The 1-0 on the way. Garcia Parra swings and drives it to left field. Straight away, Gates going back, pushing now back over to his right, and he reaches up just in front of the warning track to make the catch. The inning is over. No runs, no hits. No errors, and 2 men left on base. We head to the bottom of the 4th with the score 4-3 Inland Empire.
You love baseball. The towering home runs, great pitching performances. Baseball's terrific, but so are movies. And AMC Theaters is in a league of their own with the best films, best food, and best fun. At AMC, we never take a day off. You can catch all the Hollywood hits at AMC 365 days and nights a year. We'll let you get back to the baseball game. But when you're ready for that other passion of yours, you know where to find us. AMC Theaters. Experience the difference.
This is the WB Presents Pepsi Smash. I'm your host, Nick Sano. Live with their top 10 hit from their platinum album, The Beautiful Letdown, it's Switchfoot with Meant to Live. Switchfoot with Meant to Live live from Pepsi Smash. Catch all the hottest live performances every Thursday starting May 27th when the WB presents Pepsi Smash.
Morrissey, Jessica Simpson, Maroon 5, Sting. Beginning Thursday, May 27th, the WB presents Pepsi Smash, bringing you the biggest acts every Thursday, 8/7 Central on the WB.
We head to the bottom half of the fourth inning with the score 4-3, Inland Empire. David Gates will lead it off for the Quakes. Toledo had to labor through the fourth inning. He walked a couple of batters, but he did work himself through the jam. David Gates, followed by Michael Napoli, and then Ryan Budde. For Huber, he gave up a 3-run home run to Erick Aybar in the third. The Quakes closed the gap at that time. 5 strikeouts for Huber. Here's Gates. A foul pop-up to the catcher in the second. And the pitch in there for a strike. The count is 0-1. Now we'll see what Huber does in terms of working in a much closer ball game. The 0-1 on the way. In there for a strike. And the count is 0-2. The Quakes going up against these 3 pitchers in this series. Huber tonight, Livingston, and then Oldham. Here's the windup and the 0-2 on the way. Low and away. Check swing and the appeal down to first base. And Jeremy Sparling holds up 1-2. And the Quakes against these pitchers, in games in which they have faced Huber, Livingston, and Oldham, the Quakes are a combined 4-10 this year. The 1-2 on the way. Gates swings and pops it up. Behind the plate, Rivera with his mask off makes the catch for the out. And that is the second time tonight that Gates has hit a foul pop-up to the catcher. 1 away. Now, the same could be said in terms of the Quakes and what they do with the 3 pitchers that they have on the mound, Toledo, Thompson, and Shell. In games in which they have pitched those 3 against Inland Empire, the Quakes are a combined 12-7. 1 man out. Here's the pitch to Napoli, and it is up high, and the count 1-0. The theory behind starting Huber tonight and then Livingston and the left-hander, the other left-hander Oldham, is because of the advantage that left-handers have at Arrowhead Credit Union Park. Next pitch to Napoli is in there for a strike. There is a Xerox advertisement on the second tier of advertisements in right center. It's as far as you can go right before you're stopped by the hitter's eye. So right before the advertisement stops. Next pitch. Swing and a miss. And the count is 1-2. And for a left-hander, that advertisement is so close to the hitter's eye, or at least in the eyesight, next pitch is down low, 2-2, that where the left-hander throws to the plate, there is an advantage there. And I'm surprised that there haven't been more complaints about that in the league. Next pitch is right down the middle of the plate, strike 3 called. And Napoli is out number 2. There's Ryan Budde. Budde flied to center field in the second inning. 4-3, Inland Empire, bottom half of the fourth. 2 men out, base is empty. Now Huber winds in, the pitch on the way. Budde takes a strike. The count is 0-1. With this new format, you could make a case that although the team that doesn't have the 2 home games still gets an advantage, especially with team 1. Budde swings and he drives it foul down the left field line. Plenty foul and out of the ballpark. The count is 0-2. In a best-of-3 series, to have the first game at home can be a big advantage, especially if you win it. And if the team has to go back on the road, those teams 2 and 3, and you're up 1-0, well, then all you have to do is split. Next pitch is low and away, and the count is 1-2. You never know how that game 2 will unfold. Even if you're the home team and you come back to your park and you're trailing 1-0, the 1-2 on the way, down low and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Last year, Inland Empire in the first round, they swept Lake Elsinore in this mini-series round before bouncing the Quakes out of the playoffs 3-1 in the divisional series. Next pitch is swung on and fouled back over the overhang and out of the ballpark. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Ryan Budde. Now Huber goes to the glove. He winds the 2-2 on the way. Swung on and hit foul right back to the screen. And the count remains 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Now Huber throws the pitch to Budde. Swung on and picked. Ball was tipped at the plate, and it trickled right between the legs of Rivera. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nighttime has settled in here at Rancho, Cucamonga. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here it comes home. And that ball misses low. Full count now to Budde. Both pitchers have been squeezed so far in a couple of 3-2 pitches. Full count, 2 outs. Here's the windup and the pitch on the way. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. He went with the soft stuff away for the second time. Huber strikes out 2. To the 5th, it is 4-3 Empire.
One of the best golfing values in the Inland Empire. That's what they say about Goose Creek Golf Club in Mira Loma. It's every golfer's dream with the championship course designed by Schmidt & Gurley. And Goose Creek Golf Club offers a practice facility, including an all-grass driving range and large putting green. Goose Creek Golf Club is located off the 15 freeway at the Lymanite exit between the 60 and the 91 freeways. Tee it up at Goose Creek tomorrow and have a great game.
Vineyard Bank, your hometown bank, is proud to support our hometown team, the Quakes. You could say we've been sending a few shockwaves of our own around the local banking industry with a performance that can only be described as, well, off the scale. We're rolling through the region with a creative force that is changing the whole banking experience. Ingenuity and flexibility are our mantra as we look for innovative ways to move money quickly and effectively to help businesses and families alike. As one of the fastest growing banks in California, we'll continue to shake things up in order to give our customers what they need. We don't measure our success one bank charge at a time like some do. We measure it by how we have contributed to the quality of life for our customers and our community today, and for generations to come. We'll be there the next time the Quakes hit a home run, and many more to follow.
Gary Harris leads out the top of the 5th inning, 4-3. Inland Empire. John Toledo on the mound. He throws. The pitch is swung on. First pitch grounded to B.J. Weed at second. He scoops it up and throws over to first. In time, 1 out. Here comes Juan Gonzalez. If the Quakes advance to the next round in the divisional series against Lancaster, the divisional series will start Saturday night, regardless of how many games it takes to complete this one. Gonzalez takes a called strike, and the count is 0-1. It'll start Saturday night at 6:30. All the games in Lancaster are 6:30 playoff starts. The 0-1 on the way. Pitch is on the outside corner for a strike, and the count is 0-2. At Lancaster on Saturday night and on Sunday night as well. 6:30 starts. And then the Quakes will be back here at the Epicenter next Monday and Tuesday. The 0-2 is inside to Gonzalez. It backs him off. 1-2 to count. It would be Game 3 on Monday at 7:15. And then Game 4 is, if necessary, next Tuesday at 7:15. Gonzalez swings, pokes it to the backhand side of Aybar short. He goes down to a knee, gets up, throws the first in time to get Gonzalez 2 outs. And here comes Jesus Guzman. Then, if there was a deciding 5th game in that series, Lancaster would host it on Wednesday. That would be 1 week from tonight. Here's Guzman. The pitch to the plate is in there for a strike. And the count is 0-1. Guzman 0-1 with a sacrifice fly and an RBI in the 3rd. The pitch. Swinging a ground ball. Backhanded by Aybar short. He throws across his body on a bounce, but it cannot be picked by Budde. Safe at first base is Guzman on an infield hit. That was a spectacular effort by Erick Aybar to go to his backhand side and to have to come in on that ball. On our out-of-town scoreboard, it's 1-0 Toronto leading the Angels bottom of the 6th. The Angels won that ball game last night. Angels starting today just a game and a half behind Oakland in the first place in the American League West. And right now, as that begins to unfold, that may be their best shot to get into the playoffs. Here's the pitch to Nelson. It's in there for a strike, 0-1. About a month ago, it almost looked as if it was going to be the A's and the Angels figuring out who was going to win the division and who else would take the wild card. Next pitch is low and away, 1-1. Or at least an American League West opponent with Texas and Oakland and the Angels. It looked like 2 of those 3 teams were going to make up a division champion in a wild card a month ago. Or at least they were in the position to. Next pitch swung on and missed, and the count is 1-2. But the Red Sox have gotten hot and were able to distance themselves from the rest of the pack at the moment. 1-2 the count to Nelson. He popped out to B.J. Weed his last time up. Another guy you don't want to let him get his arms extended. Swing and a miss and a pitch low and away, and the side is retired. 1 hit, 1 left on here in the top of the 5th. We move to the bottom of the inning. It is 4-3 Inland Empire.
You've heard about it, and now they're here. The Inland Empire's newest pro basketball team, the Ontario Warriors, have teamed up with KWRM 1370 to bring the fast-paced action of the American Basketball Association. The return of the ABA to Southern California means pro basketball at an affordable price in a fan-friendly and family atmosphere. Hi, everyone. It's Rob Bushka, sports director here at KWRM and voice of the Warriors. Catch all the action live beginning in November. For more tickets and to get in on the ground floor, call 909-578-6395. That's 909-578-6395, or visit us at OntarioWarriors.com.
Pete's Rally Camp Ale presents Minor League Legends to Rally Around. On September 5th, 1954, Bud Cheney, age 57, tossed a 4-hit shutout for the Asheville Taurus. How did the 57-year-old celebrate? He put the tarp on the field. You see, Bud was also the head groundskeeper. For all you baseball and beer fans who love a great rally, we bring you Pete's Rally Camp Ale, a refreshing summertime brew with a hint of lemon from the makers of Pete's Wicked Ale. Enjoy when at home or at the ballpark. Pete's Brewing Company, San Antonio, Texas.
One of the best golfing values in the Inland Empire. That's what they say about Goose Creek Golf Club in Mira Loma. It's every golfer's dream with the championship course designed by Schmidt & Curley. And Goose Creek Golf Club offers a practice facility, including an all-grass driving range and large putting greens. Goose Creek Golf Club is located off the 15 freeway at the Lymanite exit between the 60 and the 91 freeways. Tee it up at Goose Creek tomorrow and have a great game.
Here we go now to the bottom of the 5th inning with the score 4-3 in favor of the 66ers. Bottom of the 5th inning, and it's Adam Pavkovich as the first pitch to Pavkovich to lead it off is swung on and missed, and the count is 0-1. That was pitch number 74 now for Jon Huber, leading off the bottom of the 5th inning. in the top of the fifth inning at Stockton tonight. It is 6-2 Stockton leading San Jose. Next pitch, Paskovich swings and drives it high in the air to left center field, but it is going to be Nelson, the left fielder, in the gap to run it down for the first out. One man out. Here comes Jason Segden to the plate. Jason Segden struck out swinging in the third inning. 4-3, 66ers, bottom half of the fifth. On the mound is Jon Huber. He winds in. The first pitch on the way to Segden is off the plate in the count 1-0. Well, the Angels have 3 of their farm clubs in the postseason. The Quakes are one of them, of course. Here's the next pitch, swinging and a miss, and the count is a 1-1. The rookie ball club, the Provo Angels in the Pioneer League, they dropped their home contest tonight to Idaho Falls 2-1. That is a best of 3 as well. That was game 2, and game 3 tomorrow night is for the title. The pitch is down low, and the count 2-1. It's for the South Division title. They have just 2 rounds of playoffs there in the Pioneer League. The Cedar Rapids Colonels, the low A ball club in the Midwest League, getting started in the playoffs tonight as well. Arkansas and Salt Lake, not in the postseason this year. The 2-1 on the way. Swing, and a tip right into the glove of Rivera. 2-3 to count out of Sugden. Two balls, 2 strikes, with 1 out. There's the windup and the pitch on the way. Swung on and missed. A breaking ball low and away, and Sugden swung over the top of it. That ball had some late movement to the outside, and it had some sinking movement to it. Here's B.J. Weed for Huber. That is his 8th strikeout of the night. B.J. Weed reached on the air in the third, and then came around to score on the home run line for first pitch off of the glove of Gonzalez. At second, it trickles out towards right center. Weed is around first, and he'll put on the brakes with a single. So Weed is on base with a 2-out single. Erick Aybar. Aybar 2 for 2 tonight. Gonzalez at second base tried to time his leap, and he did, and it's as if the timing was off by just a split second. Now here's Aybar. Breaking ball is down low from Huber, and the count is 1-0. 4-3, Inland Empire, bottom half of the fifth. 1 ball, no strikes to count, 2 men out, and away from first base is Weed. Now here's the pitch on the way. Breaking ball misses inside, and back quickly to first base is Weed. 2 balls and no strikes. If you're Weed, you have to pay attention for Rivera. He'll use that left-handed hitter as a shield to throw behind him. Aybar batting from the left side of the plate. You also got the big first baseman. The next pitch swung on and missed, and the count is 2-1. Two balls and 1 strike. 2 men out. But you also have that big first baseman as Hagan, so it may be tough if you're Weed initially to pick off a quick snap throw. Next pitch, low and inside, swung on to this. Weed is going on the plate. The throw goes down to second base. It is not in time. It is well offline. As Garcia Paul came over to cover the bag at second, and the ball was tailing to his right, or back to his right. So stolen base for Weed. 2 balls and 2 strikes now to count. to Aybar. Huber goes to the glove and deposits the letters, and now he steps onto the rubber. 2-2 to count. Off the bag at second is Weed. Huber posits the belt. Here's the pitch on the way. Down low. Rivera goes down to his knees to block that ball. Full count now at 3-2. Well, first base is open. But Huber is not a guy that wants to put the potential go-ahead run on base either. Here's the 3-2 on the way. Very high, though, and he does it. Ball 4. And that'll bring up Reggie Willits. At second base is Weed. Aybar is at first. Aybar has been on base all 3 times tonight. If the Quakes are going to do something in the playoffs, Aybar is going to have to continue to get on base as he has done tonight. It changes the innings. It changes the way the game unfolds. Here is Willits. He is 0 for 2. He struck out looking in the first. First and second with 2 outs. Here's the pitch on the way. Swinging a tapper foul. That one dribbles back towards the first base on deck circle. 0-1 to count. This inning began with a fly ball to left by Paskovich and Sugden striking out swinging. Then Weed, 9-hitter, very important in this lineup. Very important for the Quakes. He gets on base with a single. Here's the 0-1 pitch, a strike, and the count is 0-2. Willits looked at that last pitch, 0-2. There is some activity now beginning in the Inland Empire bullpen. Bottom half of the 5th inning, and it is 4-3, 66ers. But the Quakes have runners at first and second with 2 outs. 0-2 to Willits. Here's the pitch. And he looks at call, third strike. And that does it here in the 5th. 2 more strikeouts for Huber. In fact, tonight there's been only 1 inning where he hasn't struck out 2 hitters, and that was the second. 9 on the night through 5 for Huber. We head to the 6th. It is 4-3 Inland Empire.
If your home team is hungry for a mealtime winner, there's nothing better than original called budding. With 9 distinct flavors like smoked turkey, honey ham, and corned beef, we've got the taste and variety that never strikes out. Plus, we've got the convenience that keeps meal preparation time from going into extra innings. Look for original Carl Budding in 2.5 ounce, 8 ounce, and 1 pound sizes at your favorite grocer. That's Carl Budding, a real slice of life.
Please leave a message.
Hi, Dad. It's me. Sorry you weren't home. I just wanted to let you know Mom and I are having a great time here in Laughlin, Nevada. We miss you a ton and can't wait to get home. But unfortunately, our tire busted. Yeah, our spare busted too. Simultaneously. What are the chances of that? And also, it snowed here. Yeah, it snowed like 5 feet and all the roads are closed. I know you've heard it's the desert here, but it's one of those snowy deserts. Not all beautiful and sunny like you've heard. So it looks like we'll have to stay for at least a couple more days. Don't worry, though. We'll keep playing the flats and water skiing and hiking and having dinner by the gorgeous river and going out dancing and stuff, if we have to. Okay, Dad. Bye-bye.
Young or old, there's a lot to do these days in Laughlin. So if you come, plan on staying a while. For more info, call 1-800-4-LAUGHLIN or go to visitlaughlin.com.
Jon Huber has thrown 90 pitches through 5 innings. John Toledo through 5 innings has thrown 75 pitches, and he will face Carlos Arroyo to lead it off. It is 4-3 Inland Empire as we head to the top of the 6th. As Toledo deals, the first pitch is on the inside corner for a strike, and the count is 0-1. Arroyo doubled and scored in the second, and he grounded out to second base in the 4th. Here's the next pitch on the way. Swinging a shot to left field. Gates coming into a dive, and he cannot come up with it. The ball fell kicked away from his glove. Gates got to the ball rather quickly. And he knocked the ball down and saved the first as Arroyo with a hit. That's a tough play for Gates. He was playing Arroyo to the right. He played it perfectly, and that ball was hit right in front of him. And Gates had to come on and charge it on a line. The ball hit right in front of him, but it had sinking action on it. And a low liner that he just could not come up to, but he gave it the old catcher attempt and blocked it nicely. Here's Wladimir Balentien. He fouls the pitch back to the screen. The count is 0-1. And he did not allow extra bases to Arroyo. So runner at first base with nobody out. Matt Wilhite gets up in the bullpen for the Quakes. 0-1 the count to Balentien. Toledo pauses at the belt. Here's the 0-1 on the way. It is outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. First base is Arroyo. Arroyo is 2 for 3. Balentien with a 2-run home run in the second, and he walked in the fourth. A turn and a throw back over to first, and Arroyo is back. 1 ball and 1 strike. Now Toledo is ready. Here's the pitch on the way. Swinging a double play ground ball to Aybar short. He scoops it up, flips it over to Weed at second for 1. Back to Budde at first. A double play. 2 men out. 6-4-3. And Rivera will be the batter. First double play turned in this ball game by either ball club. Here comes Rene Rivera. Rivera grounded to short in the second, struck out swinging in the fourth. Here's the windup by Toledo and the pitch. And a breaking ball for a strike on the outside corner. The count is 0-1. Toledo ready. He winds. Here's the 0-1 on the way. Rivera takes off the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. The windup. Here's the 1-1 on the way. And a strike called on the outside corner. Rivera held up on his swing, but the count is now 1-2. That double play can always help out a pitcher, and especially in the pitch count. Here's the 1-2 on the way. Outside. 2-2. In terms of limiting the number of pitches, Toledo coming into the inning with 75 pitches. There's already activity in the bullpen, a leadoff base hit. It just changes the inning. Here's the 2-2 on the way to Rivera, and a breaking ball that is outside. 3-2. That breaking ball to the outside that Toledo has tried to throw a couple of times. He's not going to get that call from Robinson. He hasn't gotten it tonight. 3-2 to count. Toledo is set. Now he nods. He winds. Here's the pitch. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. A fastball. Rivera didn't like it. That'll do it here in the top of the 6th. And John Toledo has his 6 innings tonight for the Quakes in the starting role. 1 hit, no runs on base. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. It is 4-3 in Inland Empire.
Faucets, leaking, termites, feast, ammunition, tackle, paints and spackle, tubs, jacuzzis, tapes and movies, everything from A to Z. Tile and lumber, time to plumbers, elevators, coffee makers, radiators, party favors. Take a look and you'll see. The other book. Posters, florists, grocers, water coolers, bakers, jewelers, everything from A to Z. Dusted landscapes, sit-down mowers, dentists, fosters, upper and lowers, wholesale, retail, bombay, wide well, take a look and you'll see. Now the other book.
To place your ad at people's fingertips, call 1-800-YB-YELLOW. Yellow Book, not the other book.
You know the goal of baseball is to get home quickly. The last thing you want to see is some player lollygagging around third when there's going to be a close play at the plate. Well, Farmer John feels the same way about ham, bacon, sausage, and hot dogs. You know all Farmer John products are made fresh right here in the Southland. That way they get home as quickly as possible, and it's just a short slide into the plate. That's your plate at home, not home plate. Get fresh. Get Farmer John.
We move now to the bottom half of the sixth inning as Jon Huber, who has thrown 90 pitches through 5 innings, is just finished up his warm-up tosses. Rowland-Smith, the left-hander, and we're warming up down the line in the bullpen for the 66ers. Now, Huber, so far through 5 innings, has given up 3 runs, all earned on 4 hits. He's walked 1, he's struck out 9. Here's Carlos Duncan, the first pitch to Duncan, swinging a ground ball to third. It is fielded by Guzman. He sets himself and throws high to first, not in time. And Duncan is safe. The throw pulled Hagan, the first baseman, and a tall first baseman off the bag. So a error against Guzman at third. Bobby Nation said in the pregame interview tonight that defense was so critical in this series. That's the second error for the 66ers. Quakes have committed one of their own tonight. And at least to this point, we'll have to wait and see how this error factors in, but both errors that each club had committed before this inning was those errors factored in the scoring. Here's the pitch to Gates, and it's low. And away to count 1-0. Putting on extra base runners, an extra out. Now you give the Quakes, if you're Inland Empire, 4 outs in the inning instead of 3. 1-0 to count. The one thing you just can't overcome is defense. Next pitch, swing and a miss. And the throw back over to first and back safely as Duncan. The count is now 1-1 to David Gates. You just can't. It's hard to overcome that defense. And they say that speed and defense should not and do not go into slumps. Here's the next pitch to Gates, and it's up high, 2 balls and a strike. Sometimes you can't afford going up against a guy like Huber or Steven Shell, and sometimes they have your number, and you're going up against a dominant pitcher. 2-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Runner goes. It's the ball. Throw down to second base is in time to get Duncan on a head-first slide. And it was Gonzalez, the second baseman, going over to cover the bag. The pitch was low for a ball. So, 1 out. And the count is 3-1 after that ball. David Gates has hit a foul pop-up to the catcher both times he's been up. 3-1, here's the pitch to Gates, swinging a fly ball, right center field. Gary Harris moving over, but it's Balentien coming in, and it's going to be Harris, the center fielder, that makes the catch off to his left for the second out. 2 away. And then if you're the Quakes, you get the lead off there. That helps you out. You get a break. And then you're unable to do anything with that runner, or what's worse is the runner is out, trying to steal a bag. Here's the pitch to Napoli, and it is down low in the count 1-0. That was a bang-bang play with Duncan at second base. A perfect throw by Rivera to get him, and if that's what it took, the next pitch swung on and fouled off to the right and out of play. And the count is even at a ball and a strike. 2 away here in the bottom half of the 6th. 4-3 Inland Empire. Here's the pitch on the way. Napoli swings at a high fastball. Ooh, right on that one. And he fouls it back to the screen. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Sometimes you wonder how that ball looks to a guy like Napoli. That high fastball, it's riding up in the zone. Here's the 1-2 on the way, swinging in a foul. Play 1 and 2, especially that pitch that you foul back to the screen. Nobody knows it more if you just missed the pitch than Napoli or the batter at the plate. 1 and 2 to count, 2 outs, and the pitch home. Swung on and missed. Strike 3, and the inning is over. An error and nobody left on base. We head to the 7th inning tonight at the epicenter with the score, Inland Empire 4 and the Quakes 3.
Pete's Rally Camp Ale presents Minor League Legends to Rally Around. Roswell slugger Joe Bauman ended the 1954 season batting .400 with 72 homers in what is considered the best single season ever. Not bad for a guy who was pumping gas the year before. For all you baseball and beer fans who love a great rally, we bring you Pete's Rally Camp Ale, a refreshing summertime brew with a hit of lemon from the makers of Pete's Wicked Ale. Enjoy when at home or at the ballpark. Pete's Brewing Company, San Antonio, Texas.
One of the best golfing values in the Inland Empire. That's what they say about Goose Creek Golf Club in Mira Loma. It's every golfer's dream with the championship course designed by Schmidt & Gurley. And Goose Creek Golf Club offers a practice facility, including an all-grass driving range and large putting greens. Goose Creek Golf Club is located off the 15 freeway at the Limonite exit between the 60 and the 91 freeways. Tee it up at Goose Creek tomorrow and have a great game.
It's good to play together on the diamond, but it's even better to play together on your Xbox. When the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes are not on the field, you can usually find them playing Xbox, the official gaming console of the 2004 Rancho Cucamonga Quakes, with several new games for the whole family. Online play with Xbox Live and a new low price of $149. What better time than now to visit your local gaming retailer and pick up your very own Xbox. Xbox, now more than ever, it's good to play together.
Toledo is done on Toledo has pitched 86 pitches through the first 6 innings of this ball game. And leading it off now for the 66ers is Matt Hagan. Toledo through 6 innings, 86 pitches, and he's allowed 4 runs. Here's the pitch from Toledo, and it is blown away 1-0 as we start the top of the 7th. Toledo has struck out 2. He struck out 4. He has walked 2. 1-0 the count to Hagan. Here's the pitch on the way, and it is off the plate. 2 balls and no strikes. Hagan struck out swinging in the 2nd, walked in the 4th. Here's the 2-0 on the way. Swung on and missed, and the count is 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike. Here's the next pitch. Swung on and missed. 2-2. On the out-of-town scoreboard in the California League playoffs. Here's the windup and the 2-2 on the way. Swinging a ground ball to the backhand side of Budde. He cannot come up with it, and it's into right field for a base hit. A leadoff single for Hagan here in the 7th. That'll bring up Garcia Parra. They're in the top of the 6th inning with the score 6-2 Stockton leading San Jose. And here comes Garcia Parra. Garcia Parra was hit by a pitch in the 3rd, and he flied to left in the 4th. Runner from first. Garcia Parra shows bunt, pulls back, and takes a strike. The count is 0-1. Well, the Angels have a base runner on at the bottom of the 8th inning with 1 out. And they are trailing Toronto 1-0 on our out-of-town scoreboard. No balls, 1 strike. Hagan away from first. Half to pitch in on the grass at 3rd. A turn and a throw back over. And back safely as Hagan with a head first slide. 0-1 2-1 the count. The outfield is playing Garcia Parra. Let's see. Gates is deep and left, but Willits is rather more medium depth than right center. The next pitch is low and away. After Garcia Parra showed bunt, he pulls back and takes a ball. It is 1-1. Aaron Brown trying to get that runner into scoring position and possibly add to the Inland Empire lead. 1-1 the count. And a pitch out, and this one goes to the backstop. A wild pitch that goes to the backstop on a pitch out. Down to second base goes Hagan. And the Quakes just took care of Garcia Parra's job. His duty up there was to get him over to second base. He doesn't have to worry about that now. 2-1 the count to Garcia Parra. And now Hagan away from second base. Corner infielders now in on the grass, seeing if Garcia Parra will still bunt. He pulls back, and he cannot hold up. Kind of gives it a half swing, and the count 2-2. He tried to put on that butcher play to see if he couldn't draw the corner infielders in. And then pull back and hack away. 2-2 the count. Now Toledo looks back at second. Here's the pitch on the way, and Garcia Parra swings, and he's behind on that pitch. He fouls it off to the right, back up into the seats. 2-2 to count. Four to 3 the score. Inland Empire leading this one, top of the seventh inning in game one of this best of three mini-series. Here's the 2-2 on the way, and it's low and away. 3 balls and 2 strikes. This is the 7th postseason appearance for the Quakes in their franchise history, and just the 2nd since being affiliated with the Anaheim Angels. The first came last year. I'll look back at second. Toledo throws. Next pitch, swinging a chopper to short. Aybar charges. He's going to go to third. The throw is there. The tag is there. And out of third base is Hagan on a head-first slide. Well, if you're Hagan, you've got that play in front of you. And he decided that no matter what, on contact, he was going. And as long as Aybar fielded the ball cleanly, he was going to get the lead out at third base. Koskowitz was there on the bag. The fielder's choice goes 6-5. Garcia Parra is at first with 1 out. Warming up with the bullpen right now is Justin Dowdy. Bobby Meacham is going to the mound, and he is going to the bullpen. Well, Toledo had a terrific second half, and tonight he keeps the Quakes in this ballgame and does a nice job through 6 1/3. He is responsible for the runner at first here in the top of the 7th. We'll take a 60-second break and come back and tell you about the new Quakes pitcher right after this.
We at KWRM 1370 know that you have a choice when it comes to sports radio, and we also know that you're in the right place. By airing the local games that matter most to you, KWRM is your Orange County and Inland Empire sports leader. Whether it's professional baseball, college basketball, or high school football, no one delivers the best and exciting local play-by-play like KWRM. Check out our new website at KWRM1370am.com. That's KWRM1370am.com, and thanks for being a part of our all-star lineup.
If you've got kids, then you've got stains. If your house has carpet, that means trouble. If your couch is strategically placed over ground-in Play-Doh or grape juice, you may want to consider a new direction in flooring. David Darwin Flooring can show you the latest in easy-care, beautiful hardwood flooring, perfect for today's families. For installation, refinishing, and resurfacing, call David at 645-2464. That's David Darwin Flooring, a quality service serving the Inland Empire since 1980.
New pitcher for the Quakes, top of the 7th inning, is Justin Dowdy. And he has served a valuable role out of the bullpen for the Quakes especially this past weekend. Remember, it was Justin Dowdy on Monday with a runner with the bases loaded and 2 outs, and the ball game had already been tied by the 66ers at 4. And Dowdy came in, and he got a fly ball to center field. And he got a fly ball to center field off the bat of Gary Harris, the same man he is facing here. And Dowdy on Monday pitched 2 1/3 scoreless innings. He struck out 3, and he walked 1. Well, here is Harris. He is 1 for 3 with a double and a run scored. A runner at first base with 1 man out, and Justin Dowdy is on to relieve John Toledo. Dowdy from the stretch goes for the glove. A look over at first. Here's the pitch home, and a breaking ball low and away. The count is 1-0. Justin Dowdy this year with a record of 2-3 and a 4.11 ERA. Came from the Independent League just over a month ago. The 1-0 on the way, low and away. 2 balls and no strikes. And the Quakes have put him to use. This has been a very good pickup for the Angels organization this year. The Quakes getting a boost to their pitching staff with Dowdy and Woody. A couple of independent ball guys in this last month. Next pitch to Harris in there for a strike, and the count is 2-1. When you look at this ball club, and I think that if you look at the transactions and the newly acquired ball players who have been 2 of the most valuable, new acquisitions, it was definitely Dowdy and Woody because they held the pitching staff together. Next pitch, Harris swings and pops it up behind the plate, and the count 2-2. They weren't the only thing that held the pitching staff together, but they added another dimension to the staff, and it also provided guys to take over. Remember, this was a pitching staff that lost Joe Saunders, one of their top guys, to Arkansas in August. 2-2 the count, and a throw over. Dowdy, he had a good start in the starting rotation, but went to the bullpen after 3 starts, and not all of them were good starts, but went to the bullpen, and just things haven't worked out or worked out extremely well for him. 2-2 to count with a runner at first. Here's the pitch to Harris. Swung on and skied off to the left and out of play. And the count is still 2-2. Dowdy, when pitching out of the bullpen to Michael Napoli, he has an ERA of 1.54. 2-2 to count. Here's the pitch. Swinging a double play, ground ball to second. Wheatfield, he goes to Aybar, straight for 1, to be turned back to Betty at first. A double play. And the side is retired. The second double play turned on the night by the Quakes. 4-6-3. The inning is over. Stretch time here at the epicenter with the score in an entire 4 and the Quakes 3.
There you are, working diligently on your computer, when all of a sudden, there's nothing. All that time and work gone. Yes, computer failure. Most of us have experienced it at least once. Luckily, the pros at PC Fix are there to help. We know computer problems can hurt the efficiency of your business or frustrate you at home, and that's why we take great pride in offering prompt, certified service at a low, flat rate. From repairs and upgrades to internet security, find us in your yellow pages. PC Fix. We fix what they can't.
Vineyard Bank, your hometown bank, is proud to support our hometown team, the Quakes. You could say we've been sending a few shockwaves of our own around the local banking industry with a performance that can only be described as, well, off the scale. We're rolling through the region with a creative force that is changing the whole banking experience. Ingenuity and flexibility are our mantra as we look for innovative ways to move money quickly and effectively to help businesses and families alike. As one of the fastest growing banks in California, we'll continue to shake things up in order to give our customers what they need. We don't measure our success one bank charge at a time like some do. We measure it by how we have contributed to the quality of life for our customers and our community today. And generations to come. We'll be there the next time Quakes hit a home run, and many more to follow.
The night is over for Jon Huber. He goes 6 innings tonight, gives up 3 runs, all earned on 4 hits. He walked 1, and all right for Huber. He struck out 10 batters in 6 innings and threw 101 pitches. And now it is Rowland-Smith, the left-hander, pitched on the Olympic team and earned the silver medal on the Australian national team with former Quake Nick Kempton and current Quake and tomorrow night's Game 2 starter Rich Thompson. Here is Ryan Rowland-Smith, the left-hander, and he deals to Budde, and it is off the plate. The count is 1-0. Rowland-Smith 5-3 with 3 saves in 29 games this year. Here is the windup and the 1-0 on the way. Budde swings and he pops it up. Behind the plate, Rivera getting chase. This one is back out of play and into the seats. And a souvenir for someone. 1-1 to count. Ryan Rowland-Smith, 99 2/3 innings pitched this year. He has split time between the bullpen. 12 starts, 17 relief outings. Here's the 1-1. Swinging a chopper back over the middle, hits the bag at second, and into center field, the base hit. The off single for Ryan Budde here in the bottom of the 7th. Coming up to the plate now is Adam Pastovich. Pastovich singled, and he scored in the 3rd, and he flied to left in the 5th. Guzman plays just a step behind the grass at 3rd. Here's Pastovich. Rowland-Smith looks over, and he throws going inside. It is blocked by Rivera, and going nowhere is Budde. Pastovich pulled back after showing bunt. The count is 1-0. 99 2/3 innings for Rowland-Smith this year, 107 hits. He has walked 30. He has struck out 119. In his last outing, he pitched a scoreless inning of relief on Monday against the Quakes, and he struck out the side in that inning. That was the 7th. The 1-0. Pastovich bunts this one back to the screen with the count 1-1. Quakes wanting to get that potential tying run into scoring position at second base. Rowland-Smith on Saturday night gave up 2 runs, 1 of them earned on 4 hits, 2 2/3 innings of relief, and a throw over to first, and picked off at first is Budde. A slide set by Rowland-Smith, and that is the 2nd runner picked off in tonight's ball game for the Quakes, and the 3rd runner out on the bases in terms of Duncan. He was caught stealing. 3 leadoff runners tonight out on the bases before the next guy can even do anything with them. The 1-1 on the way. Pastovich bounces it foul wide of 3rd. Kickoff play goes 1-3. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the count out of Pastovich. Rowland-Smith pitched just 5 2/3 innings in August, because he was gone, obviously, to the Olympics. The 1-2 on the way. Pastovich takes low and inside, and he holds up on his check swing, and the count is 2-2. On the road, Rowland-Smith with an ERA at 4.46. At home, 3.23. Here's the 2-2. Swinging a foul right back to the screen. Then the count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two and 2 to count. Here it comes. Down low with a breaking ball. Full count now, 3-2. Here's the left-hander to the plate. The 3-2 on the way. Low and inside. Ball 4, and he walked him. Jason Sugden struck out swinging in the third, and he struck out swinging in the fifth. Comes up to the plate. Four to 3, 66ers in front. Bottom of the seventh inning. Now the Quakes, they got a leadoff runner on. It did not work out for them, but now they have a runner at first with one out. Sugden, switch hitter from the right side of the plate, pushes the butt, and he actually pops it. That bunt was popped all the way back to the front edge of the suites, off to our right. And the count is 0-1. Off the bag at first is Pavkovich. Now, Sugden stands back in the box. They set up away. Here's the pitch. Very high. 1-1. The Angels are trailing in the bottom of the ninth, 1-0 to Toronto. On the out-of-town scoreboard. They are down to their last out. 1-1 the count to Sugden. Pavkovich held on at first by Hagan. Small lead. The next pitch, swing and a miss. He came back with a fastball, and the count 1-2. Sugden, after strike one, decided not to bunt. And Rowland-Smith comes back with a fastball, 87 miles an hour, right over the heart of the plate. 1-2 to count. Here's the pitch. Up and away. 2-2 to count. For the Quakes, they want to obviously stay out of the double play. See if they put on a hit and run soon with Pavkovich at first base. 2-2 to count. They look over at first. Here's the pitch on the way. Inside, and the count now is full. 3-2. See if now what Bobby Meacham does with Pavkovich at first base. 3-2 with one out. Here's the pitch on the way. Way inside, ball 4, and he's walked him. And now the Quakes have runners at first and second with one out. B.J. Weed will be the batter. And this is going to draw a visit to the mound. A hit, and then 2 walks. So Rowland-Smith has not had the best introduction into this ball game. Coming out to the mound is pitching coach Dwight Bernard to talk with his pitcher. We want to take this time to remind you that Quakes Baseball Tonight is brought to you in part by the Laughlin Convention and Visitors Bureau. Young or old, there's a lot to do these days in Laughlin. A proud sponsor of Quakes Baseball on the radio. First and second now for B.J. Weed, switch hitter batting right-handed. It's a final from Anaheim. It's down the road where the Blue Jays tonight shut out the Angels 1-0. So Toronto defeats Anaheim. Here's a look back at second. The pitch to the plate to Weed is outside, and the count 1-0. Weed reached on an error in the third. He singled, and his shot from the left side of the plate in the fifth was smoked towards right center field. Here's the 1-0 on the way. Outside, snap throw down to first, and just back safely is Sugden. Hagan obviously not holding on the runner at first base with runners at first and second. Coming behind Sugden as he was getting back to the bag. Meanwhile, a right-hander warming up down the line in the pen for the 66ers. 2-0 the count to Weed. A look back at second. Here's the pitch home. Swinging a fly ball to right field. Balentien going back. He has room. He is there. He makes the catch. Tagging at second base is Pavkovich. He's going to go to third. And Sugden back to first. Few men out. At third base is Pavkovich. Now Sugden to first for Erick Aybar. Aybar tonight has been on base all 3 times. And see, Inland Empire has 2 relievers warming up now, down in the bullpen. Cesar Jimenez, a lefty, is one of them. Looks like Darwin Soto is the other. 2 outs, runners at the corners. Here's the pitch to the plate, and it is outside. And the count is 1-0. Aybar singled in the first, homered in the third. That was the 3-run shot. It made it a 4-3 ball game, and then he walked in the 5th. First and third, 2 outs. 1-0 the count to Aybar. Now the lefty throws home, rolling inside, and a good save by Rivera. That one was headed towards Aybar's back foot. 2-0 the count. Reggie Willits awaits on deck. This is just a key part of the lineup for the Quakes because you have guys that can get on base and can get you base hits, but they also are switch hitters. No matter who they bring in, they always have quite a few switch hitters there. You got 4 in a row. The 2-0 on the way. Swing and a miss to Aybar, 2-1. When you start with Steichen in the 8th spot, Weed hitting 9th, Aybar now at the plate, the leadoff man, and then Willits, the number 2 hitter. In this sequence, if they can get to Willits, it's 4 straight switch hitters that to send up there. 2-1 the count, 2 men out. Runners from the corners, and the pitch home. Aybar swings and hits a high fly ball foul down the right field line and out of play. Back towards the bleachers. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. Cesar Jimenez, who gave up the home run to Aybar, is up in the bullpen. 2-2 the count, 2 men out. Now Rowland-Smith throws home the pitch, swung on and bounced foul back towards the Quakes dugout, along the third base side towards the far end of the dugout. 2-2 the count. Two balls, 2 strikes. Here it comes. Aybar swings and hits this one to left. Nelson going over, and he's going to get there and run it down near the line. And the inning is over. Nelson was playing Aybar straight away, and Aybar kind of took a pitch that was on the inner half of the plate and blasted it towards left. And it looked like it could be something off the bat, but it wasn't. The inning is over. 2 walks, a hit, and 2 men left on base. And after 7 innings, it is 4-3 Inland Empire.
You've heard about it, and now they're here. The Inland Empire's newest pro basketball team, the Ontario Warriors, have teamed up with KWRM 1370 to bring the fast-paced action of the American Basketball Association. The return of the ABA to Southern California means pro basketball at an affordable price in a fan-friendly and family atmosphere. Hi, everyone. It's Rob Bushka, sports director here at KWRM and voice of the Warriors. Catch all the action live beginning in November. For more tickets and to get in on the ground floor, call 909-578-6395. That's 909-578-6395, or visit us at OntarioWarriors.com.
Hi fans, Jason Anapoyan here to tell you about Storage Max in Rancho Cucamonga. At the Quakes, we've had no worries storing our items at Storage Max. With the latest technology, Storage Max provides climate-controlled units keeping items from discoloration, fading, or getting dusty. This is especially great for the hot summertime weather in Rancho Cucamonga. Storage Max has units from 5x5s to 15x40s with 24-hour access. Storage Max is a new facility located at 8363 Foothill Boulevard between Vineyard and Grove Avenue in Rancho Cucamonga. Jack and Carmen, the managers of Storage Max, have helped us with great customer service. Now let them help you. If you're ready to move or just thinking about moving, give Jack and Carmen, the managers of Storage Max, a call at 909-949-3600. Again, that's 909-949-3600.
Justin Dowdy stays in the ballgame in the top of the 8th inning for the Quakes. It is 4-3 Inland Empire in Game 1 of this best-of-3 mini-series. as Juan Gonzalez will lead it off for Inland Empire. Here's the pitch to the plate to Gonzalez, and he bunts this one foul up the first baseline to count 0-1. The Quakes worked out here yesterday. They worked out here yesterday. They had a midday, about an hour to an hour and a half worth of batting practice and some ground balls. Next pitch on the way is low and inside, and it skips back to the screen. Count is 1-1 now to Gonzalez. And a lot of the guys were hanging around after the ball game. After Monday, when they got back here to the park, next pitch swinging a foul off to the right, back over the roof, and out of play. 1-2 to count. Juan Gonzalez fly to left in the first. He had a sacrifice fly to left in the third, and he grounded to short in the fifth. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Here's the windup by Gowdy and the pitch home. Swinging a shot to left field, and that's going to get down for a base hit. Gates going over to cut the ball off. Around first is Gonzalez, and he's aboard. A leadoff single. And here comes Jesus Guzman. Guzman fly to center in the first. Had a sacrifice fly to center in the third. And he had an infield hit in the fifth. Right now, Bobby Meacham's coming out of the dugout. He's got Nat Wilhite warming up in the bullpen. So Guzman, the right-hander, coming up with a runner on. And he's going to go out and he's going to get a new pitcher, and he's made the call to the bullpen. We'll step away, and we'll take a 60-second break. It is 4-3 Inland Empire here in the top half of the 8th inning. As Justin Dowdy gets a nice hand from the crowd, as well he should. When we come back, we'll tell you about the new Rancho pitcher right after this.
We at KWRM 1370 know that you have a choice when it comes to sports radio, and we also know that you're in the right place. By airing the local games that matter most to you, KWRM is your Orange County and Inland Empire sports leader. Whether it's professional baseball, college basketball, or high school football, no one delivers the best and exciting local play-by-play like KWRM. Check out our new website at KWRM1370am.com. That's KWRM1370am.com, and thanks for being a part of our all-star lineup.
It's not unheard of to lock your keys in your car or home, but it is unheard of to lock yourself out and not call a professional like B&B Lock and Security. B&B has offered fast, reliable, and professional service throughout the entire Inland Empire since 1969. They know you have better things to do with your time, like getting some spare keys made. B&B Lock and Security. You'll find them in your yellow pages, and remember, they also provide a fast and convenient mobile service.
New pitcher here in the top of the 8th inning for the Quakes is Matt Wilhite. Wilhite relieves Justin Dowdy. Dowdy is responsible for the leadoff man at first base. Nobody out here in the top of the 8th, and the Quakes are trailing 4-3. Wilhite on Saturday at Inland Empire, 2 innings, 2 hits, stepped out of batter. Jesus Guzman will be the batter. Guzman tonight is 1 for 2 with a sacrifice fly. He has 1 RBI on the evening. Quakes bullpen has been solid. It has been reliable. And the whole pitching staff over this last month has been very dependable. Runner from first base, that's Gonzalez. And now Wilhite throws. And Guzman, after showing bunt, pulls back and takes the strike. The count is 0-1. Wilhite, 6-4 with a 3.75 ERA. In 53 ball games, 86 in the third innings, 20 walks, 61 strikeouts, and a kickoff to first, and they got him! Wilhite, because he drops from the side, can be deceptive when he goes into his pickoff delivery, and Gonzalez is picked off 1-3. Here comes Guzman now with 1 out and an 0-1 count. Next pitch, swinging a foul off to the right, back up into the seats. 0-2 the count for the Quakes. Boston. Turning another throw back over, and again, back safely is Nelson. And some of those moans you hear are from the fans that have made their way from San Bernardino tonight to watch this ball game. 1-1 the count, 2 outs. Now Will Hyde throws, the next pitch swung on, and a hot shot pulled into right field, a base hit. Nelson had to duck immediately off the bag at first, and now Nelson's going to third base. The throw goes to second, and getting in at second base is Arroyo, as second went over to field the ball to his left. Around second was Nelson. The reason I said he moved to third base was because he held up. He was forced and had no choice to go to third because Arroyo decided he was taking the extra bag at second. So second and third now with the double by Arroyo. Here is Wladimir Balentien. Balentien is 1 for 2 with a walk, a home run, a 2-run home run in the second. 4-3, 66ers, top of the 8th. Now they have started a little 2-out jam for Will Hyde. Now he throws. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. A fastball running in on the hands of Balentien, and the count is 0-1. Two men out. Away from third base, Nelson. At second is Arroyo. These two runs could be big insurance runs for Inland Empire. The 0-1, a fake to third, throw back to second base, and the throw goes to the left side of B.J. Weed, who fell down to his seat and to reach back off to his left to catch it. You knew it was going to be a fake to third, throw back to second, because it was a timing play. And Weed was first to break before Wilhite even went into his fake to third. 0-1 the count, but that ball almost went into center field. Two away. 0-1 the count to Balentien. Here's the pitch on the way. Swinging a high fly ball foul down the first base line. This one rattles around at the end of the club seats. 0-2 the count. He wants the power hitters. The difference here between the power hitters coming up as all of them without anybody on base representing the tying run in the bottom of the inning, or needing to get a couple of guys on just to get the tying run in the bottom of the inning up to the plate. 0-2, two outs, second and third. Now time is called by Napoli. Will Robinson, the plate umpire, pointing and to Napoli. 0-2 the count, two men out. Now Wilhite from the belt. Here's the 0-2 on the way. And it's reached for and swung on and missed. And the bat went out to the right of the mound as Balentien lost control of the bat. The inning is over. 2 hits, 1 error, 2 men left on base. We head to the bottom half of the 8th inning. Willits, Duncan, and Gates coming up. 4-3, Inland Empire.
If your home team is hungry for a mealtime winner, there's nothing better than original call pudding. With 9 distinct flavors like smoked turkey, honey ham, and corned beef, we've got the taste and variety that never strikes out. Plus, we've got the convenience that keeps meal preparation time from going into extra innings. Look for original Carl Budde in 2.5 ounce, 8 ounce, and 1 pound sizes at your favorite grocer. That's Carl Budde, a real slice of life.
Kids, termites, feasting, fishing, tackle, paints and spackle, tubs, jacuzzis, tapes and movies, everything from A to Z. Tile and lumber, tons of plumbers, elevators, coffee makers, radiators, party favors. Take a look and come see.
Not the other book. When it comes to making their buying decisions, people today let their fingers do the walking through Yellow Book Yellow Pages. It's no wonder. Yellow Book's packed with money-saving coupons, restaurant menus, and vital community info. And with more ads than ever before, it has everything you need right at your fingertips. It's easy to spot. Just reach for the yellow directory with the map on the cover and join the smart shoppers who choose Yellow Book, not the other book. Put your business in Yellow Book. Call 1-800-YB-YELLOW.
Not the other book.
Ryan Rowland-Smith on the mound still for the 66ers as we head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Jason Anafoyan with you here from the Epicenter in Rancho, Cucamonga. Our studio coordinator tonight has been Chet Ron. Tomorrow we'll be on the air with Game 2 at 7 o'clock with the pregame show. The first pitch is scheduled for 7:11. Here is Reggie Willits. First pitch tomorrow night scheduled for 7:11 at Arrowhead Credit Union Park. Rich Thompson with a 3-2 record, a 3.94 ERA on the mound for the Quakes against left-hander Bobby Livingston. Here's the pitch to Reggie Willits, and it's down low and away, 1-0. 4-3, Inland Empire leading this one on the Quakes, bottom of the 8th inning. Willits is 0 for 3 tonight. Rowland-Smith labored through his 7th inning. The next pitch is a fastball up high, 2-0. He had no control, or he had little control in the 7th. Gave him a single and then 2 walks. Now he is already behind in the count to Willits, 2-0. Here's the next pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. The Quakes, the count is 2-1. Dominic Woody is warming up down the line for the Quakes, but that could also mean he is throwing his bullpen as well. Dominic Woody is still in the rotation. If this series, or if the Quakes move on to the second round, 2-1 on the way is up high. 3-1. On Saturday night, Daniel Davidson will start the first game, the left-hander, and then Dominic Woody will start on Sunday night at Lancaster. 3-1 to Willits. Rowland-Smith to the plate. The pitch is swung on and fouled off at the plate. Full count now to Willits. 3-2 to count. But Woody could also be used out of the bullpen in the meantime. We were told before the ball game that in these first couple of games, Woody and Wilson and Dowdy, guys that can each up innings out of the bullpen in this case. Now on standby because something happens early. The 3-2 pitch popped up to left. Nelson coming in and shallow left, and he's going to get there and make the catch. 1 out. The batter is Carlos Duncan. Tonight, Toledo has a swing and a miss, and the count is 0-1. Toledo, in his 6 innings tonight for the Quakes, gave up 4 runs, 3 of them earned. He walked 2, struck out 4 on the night. Here's the next pitch, swinging a pop of foul and out of play, 0-2. And he gave up 5 hits. 4 runs, 5 hits. 4 runs, 3 earned on 5 hits. He walked 2, struck out 4. He got a double play, too. The 0-2 on the way to Duncan, a little bit high. 1-2 now. Duncan reached on an error, a throwing error by Guzman at third, leading off the 6th. He was caught stealing second base in the next at bat. 1-2. Here it comes. Curveball, strike 3 called. That had 12-6 drop all over it. 2 away. Here comes David Gaines. In the top of the 9th inning, Inland Empire will send up Rivera, Hagan, and Garcia Parra in the bottom third of the order. Gates with a couple of foul pop-ups and a fly out to center field. 0 for 3 on the night. Here's the left-hander, Rowland-Smith to the plate. Gates swings and he fouls this one. Off to the right, back up into the seats behind the first base dugout along the club seats. The count is 0-1. Here's the windup and the 0-1 on the way. Swinging a foul off to our right, just above us. And back up on the roof and out of the park. Gates was on that one, and the count is 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Here it comes. The pitch comes up, back, and over the head of Gates. And to the backstop. And Gates is saying something to Ryan Rowland-Smith as he stepped out of the box. Well, that's one way to wake up a bench. But that obviously was not intentional. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Doesn't take away from the fact whether it's intentional or not that it irritates the hitter. 1-2 to count. Rowland-Smith throws. Here's the pitch. Then Gates swings and he lifts a high pop fly on the infield. His shortstop Garcia Parra calling for it back to the bag at second and on the grass, and he puts it away, and that'll do it. 3 up, 3 down here in the 8th inning for the Quakes. We head to the 9th. The 66ers are in front, 4-3.
This is the WV Presents Pepsi Smash. I'm your host, Nick Zano. After scoring a #1 hit with Black Train home, here's Lost Profits live with their new single, Wake Up, Make a Move. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Wake up, make a move live for Pepsi Smash. Catch all the hottest live performances every Thursday starting May 27th when the WB presents Pepsi Smash.
Limp Bizkit, Lenny Kravitz, Hoobastank, Aerosmith. Beginning Thursday, May 27th, the WB presents Pepsi Smash, bringing you the biggest acts every Thursday, 8/7 Central on the WB.
You know the goal of baseball is to get home quickly. The last thing you want to see is some player lollygagging around third when there's going to be a close play at the plate. Well, Farmer John feels the same way about ham, bacon, sausage, and hot dogs. You know all Farmer John products are made fresh right here in the Southland. That way they get home as quickly as possible, and it's just a short slide into the plate. That's your plate at home, not home plate. Get fresh. Get Farmer John.
After 8 innings, 4-3, Inland Empire. Top half of the 9th inning coming up. Matt Wilhite is still on the mound for the Quakes. Ron Sturzbach is warming up in the Quakes bullpen right now. And to lead it off for Inland Empire is Rene Rivera. Rivera tonight is 0-for-3. He struck out looking his last time up and was not too happy about it either. And now Will Hyde from the stretch. 4-3 Inland Empire, top of the 9th. Quakes trying to keep it right there. The pitch. Swing and a foul. The plate, the count is 0-1. Quakes trying to keep it right there. In the bottom of the 9th inning, you have your home run leader, Michael Napoli, leading it off. And at this part, representing the tying run. And then Ryan Budde and Adam Pastovich, all guys that can drive the ball out of the park. The 0-1 to Rivera swung on and missed, and the count is 0-2. Now Rivera steps out of the box and back in. No balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. A pause at the belt. Here it comes. Low and away. 1-2 now. One and 2 to count. Here's the pitch home. Check swing. Rivera cannot hold up. He goes around in the dirt, and he is out on strikes. Third strikeout now for Matt Wilhite. 1 away, and Matt Hagan will be the batter. Hagan struck out swinging in the 2nd. He walked in the 4th, and he singled to right in the 7th. Tonight's attendance, 2,138. Here at the Epicenter. 2,138 here tonight. Here is Hagan. Swing and a miss. The count is 0-1. The next time the Quakes would have a home playoff game, if they go on to the 2nd round, it would be next Monday night against Lancaster. 0-1 the count. Here's the pitch to Hagan. Swinging a shot down the left field line and back into the cafe seats. And the count is 0-2. Hagan struck out swinging, as we told you, in the 2nd inning. His single to right field in the 7th was one that, as the 0-2 on the way, is inside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Wilhite trying to frame that ball in the inside corner. Here's the next pitch on the way, low and away. 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch home. Swing and a miss. He got him with soft stuff away. That's the 4th strikeout for Matt Wilhite. 2 men out. Here comes Michael Garcia-Parra. Garcia-Parra hit by a pitch and scored in the 3rd. Slide to left in the 4th. Reached on a fielder's choice in the 7th. Stockton is up there lead to 9-2. They're now on the top of the 9th. Game 1 there of the Northern Mini Series. San Jose at the plate in the top of the ninth. Here's Garcia Parra, 2 outs, and the pitch is low and inside to Garcia Parra. The count is 1-0. The count. Here's the pitch on the way. On the outside corner for a strike. And the count is 1-1. Here's the 1-1. Low and away. 2 balls and a strike now. Two balls, 1 strike, 2 men out. Here's the pitch to Garcia Parra. Strike called on the outside corner. 2-2. Realize so far has struck out the last 3 hitters via space. 2-2 the count. Here's the pitch on the way. Swinging a shot into center field, a base hit. First hit of the night for Garcia Parra. He is aboard at first base for Gary Harris. Gary Harris 1 for 4, hit into a double play against Dowdy his last time up. Dowdy was brought on with a runner at first base. With a runner at first base and 1 out. They got Harris to hit into a double play. Now Bobby Meacham is coming out with the left-hander up at the plate, and Harris. Von Sturzbach is up in the bullpen. You know that things are managed always a little bit differently in the playoff scenario, and it looks like Meacham does not want to let Wilhite face the left-hander with 2 outs, and he wants to maybe go to the closer. Not in a closing role, but go and get Sturzbach. He's right now on the mound chatting with his infield. Has not made a call yet down to the bullpen. This could be to stall for time and give Sturzbach a little bit more time to warm up. Here comes plate umpire Will Robinson out to the mound as he intervenes on the discussion. The Quakes are up 4-3 here with a runner on for the 66ers are up 4-3 here with a runner on in the top of the ninth, and they are going to go to the bullpen. So Sturzbach is going to come in for Wilhite, and we're going to step away here. When we come back, we'll take a 60-second break. We'll come back and tell you about the new Rancho pitcher here in the top of the ninth right after this.
We at KWRM 1370 know that you have a choice when it comes to sports radio, and we also know that you're in the right place. By airing the local games that matter most to you, KWRM is your Orange County and Inland Empire sports leader. Whether it's professional baseball, college basketball, or high school football, no one delivers the best and exciting local play-by-play like KWRM. Check out our new website at KWRM1370am.com. That's KWRM1370am.com, and thanks for being a part of our all-star lineup.
Great pitchers are legendary for their pinpoint precision. When it comes to welding and fabrication, you want that same precision on your team. That's why more people trust On-Site Mobile Welding. They're completely certified and have 30 years of experience. Whether it's residential, commercial, industrial, or emergency work, give them a call at 909-592-5074. On-Site Mobile Welding, located in Ontario at 1506 Francis Street. They can weld anything except a broken heart.
It is Von Sturzbach on the pitch here in the top of the ninth for the Quakes. Last we saw Sturzbach on Monday. He was closing out the playoff clincher. Sturzbach will face Gary Harris with Gary Harris, the left-hander, with 2 outs and a runner at first base in the top of the inning. In the top of the ninth inning, the Quakes, remember, have Michael Napoli, their leading home run hitter, and a man that led the California League in home runs and RBIs in the 2004 season, leading off the bottom of the ninth inning. So a very important sequence of events here at the top of the ninth inning. Harris 1 for 4. You know, Sturzbach in that ball game on Monday gave up a leadoff hit, and then he struck out a batter. That was to end the ball game. Runner goes, hit and run, and a little jam shot back where Aybar was, and that's going to scatter on through to left field. Around second, keeping his stride and making it to third base is Garcia Parra standing up. And that was just a little jam shot off the bat of the left-hander, Gary Harris, back towards shortstop. But with the left-hander up and the runner going, Aybar was covering the bag at second, and he had to put on the brakes and could not get to it. First and third now for Gonzalez. 2 men out. Von Sturzbach this year has inherited 14 runners. Only 3 of them have scored. Here's the pitch to the plate, and Gonzalez takes inside with a breaking ball. 1-0 the count. Bobby Meacham calling some of the signs from the, not calling the signs, but calling out the positioning signals from the top ledge of the third base dugout. The 1-0 on the way, swung on, and a bouncer foul back towards the first base dugout. Count is even now, 1-1. Napoli looking into the dugout now, out in front of the plate, calling their signs out. What will the Quakes do if Harris, who has 34 stolen bases this season in 46 attempts, breaks for second base? Try and stay out of that force out. Reed at second base is playing deep on the outfield grass to the left-hander Gonzalez. Slightly open stance. Sturzbach throws. The 1-1 on the way. Low and inside. 2-1. Budde is holding on Harris at first. Aybar medium depth at short. Pavkovich off the line at third and a step behind the bag. The 2-1 on the way, low and inside, and Napoli with a nice save to his backhand side to keep that one from going to the backstop. 3-1. Three balls, 1 strike, 2 men out. Now Sturzbach from the belt, kicks the 3-1 on the way, down low. A check swing. There is an appeal to first, and it's Sparling's call, and he holds up on the appeal. A walk, and the bases are loaded. Here is Jesus Guzman. Garcia Parra at third, down to second goes Harris, and Gonzalez is the man at first. So 2 outs, bases loaded, and Sturzbach from the belt facing the right-hander Guzman. The pitch is a strike at the knees. 0-1 the count. Guzman 1 for 3. An infield hit, a sacrifice fly, and an RBI. 0-1 the count. 2 men out here in the ninth. Sturzbach from the belt. And he throws. Here's the pitch on the way. A strike call. Then the count is 0-2. Now he's got Guzman in the hole. A ball, 2 strikes. Sturzbach is set. Here's the 0-2 on the way. Low and away. Napoli down to his knees. Beyond the left-handed hitter's batter's box, and he blocked it nicely. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Nobody up in the bullpen. This is Sturzbach's inning. 1-2. He throws. Low. Low and away. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch to the plate. A swing and a chopper foul back to the screen above the on-deck circle along the third base side. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The ball rolled back, and Guzman scooped it up and flipped it into the stands. From third base is Garcia Parra. Harris at second, and Gonzalez at first. The 2-2 on the way. Swung out and dead. He struck him out, and the side is retired. Von Sturtzbach comes in, and it was eventful, but he got through it. The bases are left loaded here in the 9th inning. We head to the bottom of the 9th. Napoli, Budde, and Paskovich coming up. It is 4-3, 66ers.
If your home team is hungry for a mealtime winner, there's nothing better than original called Budde. With 9 distinct flavors like smoked turkey, honey ham, and corned beef, we've got the taste and variety that never strikes out. Plus, we've got the convenience that keeps meal preparation time from going into extra innings. Look for original Carl Budde in 2.5 ounce, 8 ounce, and 1 pound sizes at your favorite grocer. That's Carl Budde, a real slice of life. Galliano Winery, located at 4231 Wineville Road in Mira Loma. In business since 1927, the Galliano family's roots run deep in Cucamonga Valley's winemaking history, offering a unique array of 25 varieties, including award-winning wines, as well as custom labels. The Galliano tradition continues to grow in the Inland Empire. Try the latest award-winning wines in a relaxed country atmosphere of the tasting room. Enjoy a tour of our landmark complex or relax in the beautiful picnic grounds. To reach Galliano Winery, call 909-685-5376 or stop by Monday through Saturday 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Sunday 10:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Once again, call 909-685-5376.
Well, game 1 is a pivotal game, and an important game in the playoff series, and even more important in a best-of-5, let alone a best-of-3 series, as Michael Napoli steps up to the plate for the Quakes. Here in the bottom of the 9th inning, and the Quakes are trailing 4-3. Ryan Rowland-Smith, who has pitched the 7th and the 8th, stays in there in the 9th, and the first pitch is down low, and the count is 1-0. Napoli tonight is 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. The 1-0 on the way, swinging a high pop fly to the shortstop side of the infield. Garcia Parra calling for it on the dirt. He puts it away. Out number 1. Here comes Ryan Budde. The 66ers have Darwin Soto warming up in the bullpen, along with Cesar Jimenez. Here is Ryan Budde. Quakes had a 3-run home run from Aybar in the bottom of the 3rd. Here's the pitch to the plate. Budde swings and chops it. That's a fair ball back in the bag at 3rd, fielded by Guzman. Long throw to first is in time to get Budde 2 men out. Budde 1 for 4 on the evening. So this has gone relatively easy. Tomorrow night, if the Quakes go into game 2 down 1-0 with Bobby Livingston on the mound tomorrow night, the left-hander. As long as he's pitching well, I think Bobby Livingston is going to have a pitch count of about 400. Here is Adam Paskovich. Paskovich 1 for 2 with a walk. The pitch, breaking ball down low, 1-0. He does represent the tying run. On deck is Jason Sugden, the switch hitter. 1-0 the count. Now Rowland-Smith winds, and the pitch on the way to Paskovich is off the inside part of the plate. 2-0. Tomorrow night we'll be on the air with you at 7 o'clock with the pregame show for game 2. The pitch down low. 3-0. So wouldn't you know that the first 2 outs on 3 pitches. And the next batter, Rowland-Smith, goes 3-0. Here's the pitch to Paskovich. Swinging a pop-up behind the plate. This will get out of play. It is going to be back up on top of the roof. And the count is 3-1. This year in the regular season, the Quakes hit 125 home runs as a team. And of those 125 home runs, as the 3-1 on the way, Paskovich swings and he pops it up on the infield. Garcia Parra at short calling for it on the dirt. He makes the catch, and game 1 goes to the 66ers by the score of 4-3 as Ryan Rowland-Smith works 3 innings, the 7th, 8th, and 9th of relief with the save. The win tonight goes to Jon Huber. He continues his dominant pitching against the Quakes. I was saying before that last out of the 125 home runs this year by the Quakes, there were 11 that tied the ball game. And tonight, they do not hit such a home run at a time when they needed it. And game 1 tonight goes to the 66ers. And so the Quakes have their backs to the wall, down 1-0. And they will head to San Bernardino tomorrow night. And it'll be Rich Thompson who will toe the rubber for the Quakes. And he will be against left-hander Bobby Livingston. And we'll be on the air at 7 o'clock with the pregame show for you right here from the ballpark. So the same ball club that bounced the Quakes out of the playoffs last year is 1 win away from doing it this year. But the Quakes will counter tomorrow night. And it's always fun to watch a club with their backs to the wall. The Quakes were down 2 games with 7 to go. This is quite a different scenario, and they still prevailed. But tomorrow, it's a cliche. It's just 1 game at a time for the Quakes. And a couple of early runs, and who knows what tomorrow will bring. So that'll do it here from the ballpark. We'll step away, and we'll come back and get you the totals of this one right after this.
One of the best golfing values in the Inland Empire. That's what they say about Goose Creek Golf Club in Mira Loma. It's every golfer's dream with the championship course designed by Schmidt & Gurley. And Goose Creek Golf Club offers a practice facility, including an all-grass driving range and large putting greens. Goose Creek Golf Club is located off the 15 freeway at the Lymanite exit between the 60 and the 91 freeways. Tee it up at Goose Creek tomorrow and have a great game.
Please leave a message.
Hi, Dad. It's me. Sorry you weren't home. I just wanted to let you know Mom and I are having a great time here in Laughlin, Nevada. We miss you a ton and can't wait to get home. But unfortunately, our tire busted. Yeah, our spare busted too, simultaneously. What are the chances of that? And also, it snowed here. Yeah, it snowed like 5 feet, and all the roads are closed. I know you've heard it's the desert here, but it's one of those snowy deserts. Not all beautiful and sunny like you've heard. So it looks like we'll have to stay for at least a couple more days. Don't worry, though. We'll keep laying the flats and water skiing and hiking and having dinner by the gorgeous river and going out dancing and stuff, if we have to. Okay, Dad. Bye-bye.
Young or old, there's a lot to do these days in Laughlin. So if you come, plan on staying a while. For more info, call 1-800-4-LAUGHLIN or go to visitlaughlin.com.
Well, here tonight in Game 1 of this California League Southern Division mini-series, Game 1 goes to the 66ers. Here are the totals in the ball game. For Inland Empire, 4 runs, 10 hits, 2 errors. They stranded 6 men on base tonight. For the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes, 3 runs, 5 hits, 2 errors. And the Quakes tonight stranded a total of 6 men on base as well in this contest. The winning pitcher tonight was Jon Huber. The loss goes to Jean Toledo. Toledo went 6 1/3 tonight. Huber went 6. Ryan Rowland-Smith with the 3-inning save. He pitched the 7th, 8th, and 9th with a 1-run lead and shut the Quakes down. Home runs in the ballgame as well tonight. And there was just one, and there were 2. Wladimir Balentien with a 2-run shot in the 2nd, and Erick Aybar a 3-run shot in the bottom half of the third for the Quakes. That was the Quakes' only scoring of the night. Now for my studio coordinator tonight, Chet Ron. This is Jason Anafoyan inviting you to stay tuned next for the Yellow Book USA postgame show. Oh, by the way, time of the ball game, 2 hours, 52 minutes in front of a crowd of 2,138. Again, the final score, the 66ers 4, the Quakes 3. Game 1 goes to Inland Empire. We'll play Game 2 tomorrow night in San Bernardino. Stay tuned, the postgame show to follow.
Rancho Cucamonga Quakes baseball has been brought to you by Vineyard Bank, Pepsi, Laughlin's Convention and Visitors Bureau, Allstate Insurance, McDonald's, Galliano Winery, California Department of Conservation, Red Roof Inn, Fast Brain, Southern California Housing, and by Yellow Book USA. KWRM 1370 is the radio home to the California League affiliate of the Anaheim Angels. This is Rancho Cucamonga Quakes baseball.
You've heard about it, now they're here. The Inland Empire's newest pro basketball team, the Ontario Warriors, have teamed up with KWRM 1370 to bring the fast-paced action of the American Basketball Association. The return of the ABA to Southern California means pro basketball at an affordable price in a fan-friendly and family atmosphere. Hi, everyone. It's Rob Bushka, sports director here at KWRM and voice of the Warriors. Catch all the action live beginning in November. For more tickets and to get in on the ground floor, call 909-578-6395. That's 909-578-6395, or visit us at OntarioWarriors.com.
Welcome to the Yellow Book USA postgame show. Look your information up in the Yellow Book, not the other book. This is Quakes baseball.
Well, here tonight at the epicenter, the Quakes dropped this one to the Inland Empire 66ers by the score of 4-3. As the Quakes, they had a home run from Aybar in the bottom of the fourth, but that was about it tonight. And we will recap that one for you in just a moment. Stockton beats San Jose in Game 1, 9-2 tonight at home. Stockton has they are playing 2 on the road, so they will go to San Jose tomorrow on the road up 1-0 in the best-of-3 series. Stockton 9 and the San Jose Giants 2. In that ballgame, Lorenzo the win, Barres the loss, Danks the save, and Fox hit 2 home runs for Stockton, and Boyd also homered as well for the Ports. Now to the out-of-town scoreboard in the California League, or in Major League Baseball, I should say. It was Toronto 1, Anaheim nothing tonight, Miller the win, Escobar the loss, and Justin Spire his 4th save of the year. The Angels held to just 2 hits tonight. Boston beats Oakland 8-3, so the Angels don't fall any further behind of the A's. They stay a game and a half back. Pedro Martinez the winner. He beats Kim Hudson. Keith Folk his 28th save. Cleveland over Seattle 9-5 tonight up at Safeco Ballpark. Elsewhere, Texas at home loses to the Chicago White Sox 5-2. Freddie Garcia the win. Wasden the loss, and Takatsu the save. Ben Davis homered for the White Sox, and Minch homered for the Rangers. Elsewhere, Minnesota shuts out Baltimore tonight at Camden Yards 9-0. Tampa Bay at the Yankees postponed. That was a doubleheader, and Kansas City at Detroit postponed as well. So with the hurricanes and now some stormy weather up into the Northeast, there are some teams that are going to be scrambling to squeeze in games any way possible. And there are going to be some ball clubs that aren't going to have any off days the rest of the way. In the National League tonight, the Dodgers score once in the bottom of the ninth to beat Arizona. Arizona, I don't even know if they're going to win 50 games this year. That's how bad things are there. 6-5, the Dodgers win it. Gagne the win in relief. Koplov the save. Snyder homered twice for Arizona, and so did Hillebrand, and Sines homered for the Dodgers. The San Diego Padres at home tonight At home this afternoon, defeated St. Louis 10-5. David Wells' 10th win. Morris's 15th. Morris's 9th loss. He's now 15-9 as Nevin and Klesko homered for San Diego. The Giants on the road at Colorado defeat the Rockies 5-3. Walker the win, Reed the loss, Hermanson the save, and Alfonso hit his 11th home run. Philadelphia beats Atlanta 4-1 tonight at Turner Field. Houston at home over Cincinnati 5-2 behind Roger Clemens' 16th victory of the year. Houston is red hot right now in the National League Central. The Marlins shut out the Mets at home tonight 3-0. Montreal shuts out the Cubs on the road 6-0, and Milwaukee at Pittsburgh was postponed. Here tonight, the Quakes dropped this one 4-3 to the 66ers in Game 1. We'll come back and we'll give you a recap of this one right after this.
Friends and family visiting you this summer? Don't worry. Add a room instantly by calling your friends at the Red Roof Inn. Red Roof Inns offer quality rooms, friendly service, great rates, and kids stay free. Plus, with a ready card for third member, you'll earn points towards free room nights. With 360 Red Roof Inns nationwide, you'll find locations everywhere, including Ontario, San Dimas, and Victorville. Visit us today at redroof.com or dial 800-RED-ROOF.
Pete's Rally Camp Ale presents Minor League Legends to Rally Around. On September 5th, 1954, Bud Cheney, age 57, tossed a 4-hit shutout for the Asheville Taurus. How did the 57-year-old celebrate? He put the tarp on the field. You see, Bud was also the head groundskeeper. For all you baseball and beer fans who love a great rally, we bring you Pete's Rally Camp Ale, a refreshing summertime brew with a hit of lemon from the makers of Pete's Wicked Ale. Enjoy one at home or at the ballpark. Pete's Brewing Company, San Antonio, Texas.
Well, here tonight at the epicenter, the Quakes fell behind in the top of the second inning as the 66ers jumped on the board with 2 runs. A one-out double by Carlos Arroyo, and then Wladimir Balentien hit his home run to left field. That was the second home run he's hit against the Quakes over the last 5 days, but Balentien homered to left center field to give Inland Empire a 2-0 lead. In the third inning, with Toledo on the mound, he hit the leadoff man, gave up a double to Gary Harris, putting runners in second and third, and then Juan Gonzalez hit a sacrifice fly to bring in Garcia Parra. Holding at second base was Harris on the sacrifice fly to left, but then Toledo on a pickoff play threw low in the dirt and into center field. That moved Harris over to third base. So with Harris at third and 1 out, Guzman hit a sacrifice fly to left field, and thus what ended up proving to be the winning run in this game for the 66ers was an unearned run. That was the scoring for the night for Inland Empire. For the Quakes in the bottom half of the third inning, the Quakes sent up to the plate Pastovich. He led off with a single to right. Sutton struck out swinging. Weed reached on a ground ball to the shortstop, Garcia Parra. He could come in on the grass and throw across his body to second, and the throw was dropped by Gonzalez at second base. It booted out of his glove, and with runners at first and second, Erick Aybar connected for a home run to right field. Reggie Willits then had a infield or grounded out to first, and then Duncan struck out swinging in the third inning. That ended the inning. The Quakes settled for 3, and he trailed 4-3. Little did we know that would be all the scoring the rest of the night for either ball club. Nothing but zeros the rest of the way. Toledo took the loss on the night, going 6 1/3 innings. Dowdy pitched 2/3 of an inning of scoreless relief. Now Wilhite an inning and 2/3 of scoreless relief, and Sturzbach came on in the ninth, and after walking a guy and giving up a base hit, he struck out in the ninth inning. He struck out Jesus Guzman swinging to end it, and that left the Quakes with coming up to the plate in the bottom of the inning, Napoli, Budde, and Pastovich, all representing the tying run. Napoli popped out to short, Budde grounded out to third, and then after falling 3-0 behind Pastovich, Ryan Rowland-Smith, who pitched a scoreless 7th and 8th, got Pastovich to pop out to short to Garcia Parra, and that ended the ball game. And Rowland-Smith got the save. 3 innings, 1 hit. He struck out 2, and he walked 1. Jon Huber tonight to win. 6 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, and the box score has 2 earned. He walked the batter, and he struck out 10 on the night. That's going to do it here from the Epicenter. And we want to invite you back and remind you that tomorrow's ball game can be heard live at 7 o'clock with the pregame show. We'll have the first pitch for you at 7:11 from Arrowhead Credit Union Park tomorrow night, as the Quakes will need to win. If they don't, the season's over. Their backs are to the wall now, down 1-0 in this best-of-3 series. On the mound for the Quakes will be right-hander Rich Thompson. He'll be opposed by left-hander Bobby Livingston. Now for my studio coordinator tonight, Chet Ron, this is Jason Anapoyan saying so long to you from the Epicenter, where the final score, again, in the miniseries Game 1, went to the 66ers, the final score, Inland Empire 4 and the Quakes 3. Good night from Rancho Cucamonga.
You've been listening to the Yellow Book USA postgame show. Look your information up in the Yellow Book, not the other book. KWRM 1370 is the radio home to the California League affiliate of the Anaheim Angels. This has been Rancho Cucamonga Quakes Baseball. You've been listening to the Yellow Book USA postgame show. Look your information up in the Yellow Book, not the other book. KWR